Hello guys, and welcome to Terran Silver 1, working our way to Gold 3. This is, for people on Twitch, this is the last race in Silver League. My Protoss and Zerg are already in Gold 3, but for Terran, we're still working our way into Gold 3 right now, but we're almost there, man. We're almost there. We are working our way into it, dude. And, yeah, here we go. Let's do it. Same thing as before. We're gonna be continuing. So Silver 3 and Silver 2 were a tiny bit of a deviation. Silver 1 is gonna be a lot more closer and similar to Silver 2. We're gonna continue the drop scouting thing we've been doing, and developing our build into bio and so on and so on. And we're gonna keep doing our walls again. The big thing we're working on right now. The big thing we're working on right now is understanding placement in Silver League. Understanding placement of walls. Understanding the initiation of a scout, and also furthering our scout with a drop. That's what we're mainly doing, right? Right? Correct. And now we're gonna drink some water while I make SCVs. Delicious. Nice. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get our gas saturated. And we're gonna go ahead and shift click his mineral line, and with my SCV building the racks, and then shift click my mineral line. So that way we can you know, scout him and then come back to ours. Let's go ahead and get our command center and our orbital command. And now we're gonna make our depot so we don't supply block. We don't want to block. Yeah. On the block.
Hi Vibe, I've been away a while, but I'm back. Hiya.
Hey, thank you very much, Kailasa, for the 17-month resub. Welcome back. Glad to have you back here again. Hell yeah, thank you, thank you. Also, thank you very much to Yoshmax for the Prime. I think I said that earlier, but if I didn't, my bad, dude. Thank you very much, though. Okay, guys, our opponent doesn't have a natural. No natural, so what are we going to do? We're going to make a bunker, and then we're going to make SCVs. Hell yeah. Yo, someone in chat really fast. I have a question. I mean, I could do it myself, but you guys could definitely help me if someone would be willing to do this for me really fast. Would one of you mind linking me it's like a chart for StarCraft 2 that describes how much MMR you need for a promotion? I believe it's going to be 2,600 for gold, or no, sorry, it's gold. We're just kidding. Just kidding. I don't need it right now. Just kidding. We're actually doing... It's 2,400 for Gold 3. For some reason, I thought I was doing Gold 3 to Gold 2, but this is Silver 1 to Gold 3. Just joking. Forget I said anything. The reason why I ask is because for people who are watching the video and they're like, wait, what do you mean, Vibe? What is that? What are you talking about? StarCraft 2 currently is bugged with the MMR system. Or like the league, not MMR. Leagues are bugged. So it's basically whatever I was in as of yesterday is going to be stuck forever until I get to like Masters 3. So I'm going to be literally in Diamond League and it's going to still say I'm Silver 1. But I'm going to have Diamond MMR, but it's going to say I'm Silver 1 because it's bugged again. StarCraft needs to fix that shit. Yeah, let's put our tank on the high ground. Keep making SCVs, put these guys on the gas. Keep making depots. All that stuff. What race is this again? It's Terran, okay. Keep making tanks.
2019 B2GM made me love Terran again. Why is it bio now?
Thank you very much, TG Owned, for the elite donation, dude. Much appreciated. Why is it bio? Oh my God, lucid. I said it again. Lucid Quiet. Thank you for buying a Vibu mug too, man. Hell yeah. I have a coffee mug collection. The Vibu mug edition achieved. Hell yeah. Thanks, dude. Why am I doing Terran B2GM in 2019 or in 2021 rather than why did I not do it in 2019? So I put a disclaimer about this in the early Terran videos. And I think I also put a disclaimer about this in my intro to the whole series. I may or may not have. I can't remember that. But I know I talked about it earlier, but I'll talk about it again. The reason why is because mech is easier to go from bronze to up to diamond with. It is. Thor Hellbat is easier than going bio at these leagues. Yeah, there's no question about that. However, mech at Diamond League, a lot of players last time I made the series in 2019, they struggled to go from playing mech in bronze to up to diamond, and then once they're in diamond, now they're starting to play bio. Some of the Terrans adjusted easily, and some of the Terrans were like, dude, I'm so confused. I don't know how to play this. And it was, if it was only like one or two guys, I would have probably been like, ah, whatever. But it was like half the people who fucking played Terran. Like, it was a very recurring question. Like, how do I make it work? I don't understand what I'm doing. So I said, even though I'm against playing bio in low leagues because it's a style that does not work very well if you don't micro. I mean, it is harder to do. I was like, okay, we can make it work. I can definitely try to make it work, and this way you guys have a more smooth transition from platinum into now diamond because it's still going to be bio throughout the series. And the reason why people who are like, why is it an easier transition vibe? Like, what makes it harder or weaker? Bio is what you like to call in StarCraft 2. It is a mobility army. It's really quick, and it's really fragile. And what do we do when we're doing B2GM? We're not using what Terran Bio excels at, which is mobility, because we're not microing. So it makes it hard to make it work properly. Because if I don't move my Marines properly, they're just gonna run into their death and die. Like, they're just literally gonna fall over and die. So Thors are easier to A-move, and they're easier to make work at lower leagues. That is very true. It's just Thors don't scale as well. Mech doesn't scale as well once you're in Diamond, and you can't just go Thor Hellbat all the way to GM. Like, you can go Thor Hellbat to Diamond, and then you gotta kind of switch it up a bit after that, because it doesn't work as much anymore once people know how to macro properly. Okay, so what are we doing? Our medevac is group 1, and I'm scouting the map, right? I'm looking for bases. We're also going to take our third base right now because we're fully saturated. So let's transfer some SCVs to it. Okay, and my medevac is down here. Let's go ahead and drop the mineral line and let it, just whatever happens, happens. We found the newest base and we're going to drop it. Am I going to micro it? No. I am not going to micro it. Instead, I'm going to do things like make sure 2-2 upgrades start right away. Like that. I'm going to start level 1 with vehicle weapons. I'm going to start reactors on my racks. Yeah. I'm going to keep making SCVs. I'm going to keep making Marines.
France is watching you. GL Vibe, always a pleasure to watching you.
Yo, thank you very much, France. Thank you very much, HYB. Much love, dude. Thank you, thank you. Glad you like the series. Hell yeah. Let's go make some more depots. Hold shift, go back to my mineral line. Keep making bio. Let's take another group of Marines and send them a new medevac. Hit control 1 on this bad boy. And now let's once again go across the map and scout where bases could be on the left side of the map. Let's see if this guy has any hidden bases or anything like that. Okay, now we're making Marines faster because we had a lot of money, so we increased our production. We're almost supply blocking again, though. Let's make a couple more depots. Gonna lower the existing depots so it doesn't traffic jam my base at all. Keep holding down the button. Make Marines, make medevacs. Okay, let's go ahead and rally to a new base with all of our SCVs. Let's grab extra SCVs and send them down there as well. And we can build another command center with this SCV as well again, and lift this over to now become a planetary. And look, there's no base here, but we see a base here, so let's go ahead and drop right there. Call it a day. Transfer some SCVs. Again, we're all about maximizing our economy, right?
Ready for dust off.
Transfer some SCVs again.
Complete.
Third base is looking good. This base is going to be oversaturated as well, which is why we're already making another command center. But we don't want to take gas at any more bases because we don't need it. Okay. And now we're about to be maxed out, guys. So since we're about to be maxed out, we can start 3-3. Since we're about to be maxed out, we don't really want to what's it called? We don't really want to you know, worry about too much. We know where the bases are. We know he's got a base there. We know he's got a base here. So let's attack from the furthest, most exposed base first. And if we're going to do that, let's go ahead and move my army initially to like right here. Just outside of where the base is. Get our army positioned up there really fast. And we're going to make another command center. Because again, we need to keep expanding. Let's maybe mine these minerals out so we don't have it blocking our base. Let's transfer over a bunch of SCVs off this. And there we go. Now we have 15 still on that. And we just sent 15 up to here. Meanwhile, let's take a quick moment to make another factory. Let's make some more racks. Hold shift, right click the mineral line. Make some more over here. Hold shift, right click the mineral line. And then maybe make like a couple more over here. Hold shift, click the mineral line. Take my army, move forward, get a little closer because again we're pretty far away still. We just wanted to make sure our army grouped up right here first. Now we're right here. We're close. Let's go ahead and we're right next to his base. Now let's go ahead and A-move it and stim pack. And then look away, right? Like, why am I looking away? Because I'm doing things now, like control grouping my racks all together. Getting all these racks together. Getting these racks together. Getting the second factory together. Getting the starport together. Making add-ons for all these buildings. Reactor on our second factory. A reactor on our starport. Some of these racks will make tech labs on. Tech lab. Tech lab. Tech lab, tech lab, and then reactors on all the other racks. Holding down the C key for mass reactors. Now we can go into start making. We're gonna add on to our composition. We're gonna add on. So we're also making a planetary. We're making another command center again. Because we're going full macro mode, right? We're trying to at least. That's what the goal is. But now what we're doing is we're gonna go into addition of blue flame Hellions. And smart servos, just because it's just something we can make. Again, we're not scouting composition really too much right now. It's just if we're getting hit by air, we'll make Thors. If not, let's just add in Hellbats. And then we make a bunch of Marines and Marauder now. And we're making Marauder now that we have the remax potential really heavily here. Okay. So he's currently killing my base, which is fine. That's we already have another one being made though, so it's all good. Let's go drop our mules here. Okay.
Mineral field depleted.
Now we're getting attacked, so let's go ahead and A-move stim pack. And see what happens, right? Keep macroing.
It is so nice to see how this community cheers, donates and subscribes. We keep Vibe alive and Vibe keeps the game alive.
Thank you,
Vibe, and thank you fellow B2GM fanboys.
Guys, thank you, dude. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so what are we doing right now? Am I panicking? Definitely not. It's not time to panic. What we're doing is we're rallying our bio far enough away from his army to give us time to make more army. Again, what we're doing is we're throwing bodies at the problem, right? So we can check our income and be like, cool, let's transfer some SVs to a new base. Let's transfer this over to a new base. Now he's pushing us again, and we're maxed again, but he's pushing us. So now let's once again A-move, stim pack the area. Keep macroing in the process. Keep producing. This is the point of what macro can do for you, right? If you don't freak out and panic against an army, you can out macro it all the time. SCV count is also good. We're at 85. And keep macroing. Are we done macroing? Definitely not.
Base is under attack.
Okay, we're still getting attacked by something. Or my barracks just died. Let's go and build a barracks there.
Yeah.
Transfer some SCVs off of this base and send them like down to here. Livewire, thank you very much for the prime, dude. Much love. Let's build another barracks right there. Let's re-add those into our control group. And we're good to go.
Kosovo recognize yes.
Mineral field unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
Kosovo recognize. Of course. I think. I don't know what you mean, sorry. Are you talking about like the merch store or something? I'm not sure. But much love to you. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, guys, we got ourselves, you know, we just pushed the tanks out. We're all good. Mineral wise, we're looking great. Transferring the SVs that mine out like that. We can take another base while we're at it. And now let's get ready to go attack him again. Let's go ahead and send my army north. Like how we did before. And we're about to go attack from top to bottom. Let's scan here and see if he has his base, because this is where we're going, right? And yes, he does. So he has that base. And now we're grouping our army up just outside, because we're getting ready to attack this base. Get our upgrades for our buildings. Get our upgrades for mech level 3 weapon. Now get my army grouped up again. Oh, here we have a base here, so let's go ahead and deal with that really fast. Transfer some SCVs around. This base is looking... All these bases are looking still really good. Okay, now we're here. A move my army. And then as soon as we get close, let's stim pack it and go back to macroing, right? Go back to macroing. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Everything's looking good. What are we doing with supply? We're remaxing. Hold Marauder. Hold Marine. Remaxed. GG. So again, what is going on here? What's happening? Is again, it's just macro, right? It's all macro. It's all macro, boys. We'll take a look at it really fast. Brr, 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 brr. So, again, same philosophy, right? We have a nice worker lead right now, and we have a nice supply lead overall. Now that was our first drop. But we'll look at the drops again, right? These are the things that are our glorified scouts. Like they're potentially going to do damage, otherwise they're scouts. And what happened here? We had no idea we were flying into a turret, but we did. We flew right into a missile turret, and it got shut down so fast. We kill one Marine. We actually kill an SCV, so we actually stall out his third base a little bit. But then he comes up here and kills my Marines. And now he will eventually send another SCV to come build that command center. But he's not yet. I don't think he... Like, look! That's amazing, right? That's such good damage. Like, watch this. Let me show me an example, right? I didn't even know this happened. But watch this. This SCV dies at 7 minutes and 59 seconds. And this command center is 39 seconds into production. So that means that this command center has been in production ever since 7:20. And if it started at 7:20, it finishes 71 seconds later, which means it should be done at 8:31. This command center should be done at 8 minutes and 31 seconds. And because I didn't even know my Marines killed an SCV there, but they did. And how long is he going to realize he needs to fix this? Just now, he starts building again at 8:40, like 8:41, 8:42. So now it's not going to be done until like 9:10 or like 9:20. So, I mean, that was huge. That was huge. We just delayed his command center by like 45 seconds or so, like roughly, because he didn't realize I killed his SCV. That makes that drop worth it. That's a good reason why that's not the only reason, but that is one of the reasons why his economy is less than mine. Shit like that's great. I don't even know what happened, right? It's like, oh, cool, sick. We just actually, even though we lost a horrible fight there, like we lost a medevac and 8 Marines, and we only killed an SCV and a Marine, and that was it. That SCV was a crucial SCV that had an important job there that actually screwed his build up quite a bit. And then now our second medevac comes over, we scout for expansions, and we see this is his newest base. We're literally flying next to his building, and then we go, cool, let's drop. And what happens to these Marines as we drop them in? These poor Marines. I'm so sorry, right? We're dropping Marines into like an unscouted terrain area. I killed one SCV so far. And that was it. We literally dropped there to kill one SCV. That was all we did. We just killed one SCV right there on one of his gases. And then he set up a defense and he killed my entire army there. That's okay. It's totally fine. I mean, again, it seems bad, right? Because we're throwing units away up here. But indirectly, what we are doing as well is we're distracting our opponent and we're keeping him defensive. And we're also scouting the map. So now I know there's no shenanigans going on in this game because I just checked every other base. And I know there's nothing going on that we're not understanding, essentially. And now my opponent is going into mech. He opened up with some Marines, and now he's going into full-on mech. So he's doing a tech switch, which is fine. It is what it is. But now look at the supply, right? Again, all we're doing is playing efficient, and we're able to throw away a couple medevacs full of Marines, and we still max out really fast with a nice scout. And now we know we actually have a plan of attack now. It's not random. I'm not going on the map being like, I hope he's got a base there, or I hope he's got a base there. I hope he's got a base there. No, I know where his bases are. I just scouted them. So now I know where to go. And this is what our first attack looks like, right? Here we go. And behind this, what did we do? We made all of our infrastructure, all of our extra racks, all of our the extra factory, the extra starport, 12 extra racks, 3 upgrades on the way. We're now taking our build from the initial max into constantly remaxing, right? Because we had a lot of bank, which is why we don't have any right now, because I just made all these buildings. But we had, if we didn't build these buildings, right now I would have like 4,000 minerals in the bank. I would be really rich, and I would just, or like 3,000 minerals in the bank. I would have no way to spend my money either when this army starts to die. So now I push both my army. I just impact A move. And what happens here? I kill a bunch of SCVs. I kill a command center. I also kill some of his army, but ultimately he wins here. He kills all my medevacs. Right? And now let's look at resources lost. At the end of that, it looks like we're losing the game again, right? In terms of units lost. We're definitely losing more than he is. But again, now it's coming at the cost of, so like we're having an uninterrupted economy, and so okay, let me say it like this. Let me say it like this before I make it sound confusing. There's two ways to look at it, right? We've talked about this before. It's like the mountain of resources. You have the generation, which generates the mountain, and then you subtract from it what you've lost. And because of the way the game's gone, we have us as the bottom, the red Terran, we have had an uninterrupted economy the entire game. This guy has not touched my economy the entire game. He's been playing defensive the whole time. And in the process of that, I have had an economy that is flourishing very nicely. However, we interrupted his economy one time, the first time with the medevac, that was substantial. We definitely delayed the command center for a long time, indirectly. It just happened. The second time, we barely interrupted anything. We just killed one SCV on the gas, and then our medevac died because tanks were killing my Marines as they dropped out of it, and then it was over. So that the second medevac did almost nothing. And then finally, the last one, this one right here, our big attack, we actually not only killed the third command center, but we've killed now 12 more SCVs in that attack because we killed 2 up to that point, and now we've killed 14. And now the command center is also dead, so he has to rebuild it, right? This is huge. It's a lot. That's a lot of economic
to
damage.
Be your Marine.
It does, right? I know it does. TGO Ned, thank you very much for the 100 bits. But yeah, I mean, sorry. Some of my Marines need to go on a suicide squad mission. It's just how it goes. But look at this. So we've lost the same, we're about the same amount of supply right now. I've lost substantially more resources than he has, but throughout this game, I have probably developed around like 25,000 resources, and my opponent has probably developed about like 15,000 or like 10,000. And why is that? It's because I've had an economy lead the entire game heavily, because we've done a more focused, macro-focused build. So let's just round it off and say, let's say I did 25, and let's say he did 15. 25 minus 7 is still 18, and 15 minus 4 is 11. So it's still at the end of the day, after the fact that I've lost more than he has, because I generated more than he has, it's still 18 versus 11 with me in the lead with 18, which means I could lose another 7,000 resources, and we would break even. Only for that point of the game, if that was the exact amount of resources that had been mined at that point. But we would not be even anymore if I continue to mine faster than he does, because then it would once again grow in my favor. Because for now, if I mine 25 and he's mined 15, what happens if now I've mined 28 and he's only mined 16? Does that make sense? So, because I'm mining at a faster pace than he is overall. All my resources are coming in at a quicker pace because I have a lot more active economy than he does because that's what we've been focusing on. So, anyways, he pushes now. He's like, "Oh, you lost an army? Okay, time to go kill you now, right?" But check this out. He gets to my base. He kills my command center. Command center dies, and I don't think he would expect it and go, "Okay, well, I just killed your entire army, and this is a pretty big army, guys. This is a lot that was left over for Terran." And let's quickly look at Terran's base. What is here that, like, for instance, what was made? What I want you to know is what was made for the Terran after the fight. So this was the army that won the fight and decided to push right away. And we go back to his base now. That was made after. These 3 Marines were made after because they weren't in the fight, but they were made during the fight. And now these tanks were sieged, or this tank was sieged the whole time. It just hasn't moved, so that was already there. And this Thor was made, right? So, and then we also have another Thor, and then a bunch of Marines. So he's making like mass Marines on like 2 racks, right? So our opponent's production is not that intimidating. It's making 3 Marines at a time because it's a tech lab and a reactor. Now look at our Marine production. We're making 17 Marines at a time, and a couple Marauders at a time, a Hellbat, and so on, right? And then it's just going to keep getting more extreme. Back it up really quickly. Back it up. So we're definitely producing pretty fast. We have more production available to let us do this. Because again, if we're going to compare now, our opponent has 5 production buildings. He's got 3 factories and 2 barracks. He's got 5 production buildings, guys. Us, on the other hand, we have 18 racks, 2 factories, and 2 starports. So you have 5 production buildings versus 22 production buildings. It's a lot. That's a big difference. And why can we afford that? Again, the reason why we can afford that is because we have a lot more money. So even though we just threw away an army with a big loss here, and it seems like, in theory, we should die here.
Oh,
yeah. You know. Boom.
Thank you for updating this great content, which is Vibe B2GM. Even though I am Diamond 3, I always learn something new watching your low-level walkthrough. Smile.
Yeah, dude. Nice. Thank you very much. Toph. Much love, dude. Much love, Meng. And, yeah. Now we're at, the point where it seems like we should die, right? You would think if you were this Terran player and you just wiped out another army and your tanks are still here, you would be like, all right, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna, I should be able to win the game right now. But do you think he would realize that he's still down by 60 supply? And the reason why, again, why is because of macro. It's because of macro. So he's still playing it safe, but we're maxed out, guys. We're like a second from maxing here, and now this time we just run him over. And it's because we're macroing through the problem here. We're just producing like a madman. And now nothing really matters. He's dead. Because he'll never be able to keep up with me anymore. Like, the 3rd base has just reestablished itself. So, I mean, he rebuilt it, which is nice. But it's 3 base versus, like, 6 base for us. Because we got, yeah, literally 6 bases. And we have a lot of active SCVs on all of them. Look at this income. So it's undoable. It's impossible for blue to overcome this. So now when we push, the final push is literally uncontested, really. There's just not enough here for blue, and he just gets run over. Again, micros is the answer, guys. But yeah. So now we're going to get to the next game and see what's going on. All right, boys. We got ourselves a TVT. We got ourselves a TVT.
SCV ready. Yes, sir.
Not enough minerals.
You're on the ball.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Toe Gang, thank you for the 21, man. Thank you.
Additional supply depots required.
Let's go ahead and build our
Not enough
gas.
minerals.
So again, same matchup. We'll see how it goes. We'll see, we'll see. We shall see how it goes.
SCV ready.
Yo, guys, what up? Sorry, I'm trying to prepare something on the side while I'm doing this. You're like, Vibe, are you a fucking ventriloquist? You said that without even moving your lips. Hey, everyone. Sorry, one sec. I'm almost done. It's because we gotta do our artificial promos. I gotta set that up so that when we're actually done with this, I can actually do it.
What's going on? Overtime. SCV ready.
Okay. Okay, now let's make our depot. So we're scouting his base, and we're you know, shift commanding to his base and then back to mine. Shift command. Is the ladder bug fixed? No, it's not. So I gotta do another. Good old fake promo. But it's gonna be a real promo because we're getting to the correct MMR, but I have to do it in a way where it's not actually done by the game; it's done by me, which is kind of lame. It is what it is, though. You gotta do what you can.
SCV ready.
Thank you, Lord Van Psycho.
Are under attack.
Okay.
Vibe, please take
So-
your sweet time with B2GM.
No worries. So check this out, okay? Our opponent is currently attacking us, right? Our opponent is currently all-inning us right now. And this is why we make walls, guys. I now have a wall, okay? So here's what we can do. Let's back up. Just back up. Back it up. Back up.
Add-on complete.
Let's go ahead and make another bunker back here. Try to. Let's make another... okay, no, he's killing my barracks full on. So, let's make a couple more barracks. And now if he walks into my base, we're just going to take every SCV that we have and we're just going to A-move his ass. I mean, he's fully all in here. He's fully all in. So it is what it is.
Command center up.
We'll talk a lot about this game when this game's over, whether we win or lose. Okay, he's in, so A-move. Right now, A-move everything. We can put our Marines in the bunker. And now let's go ahead and pull my SCVs back. Now here's a cool thing you can do, okay? Okay, he's once again attacking me pretty hard. Let's go ahead and A-move my SCVs. Keep making SCVs, and we'll keep dropping mules on my base and stuff. So we're not gonna, you know, run out of money. It's gonna seem a little overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to explain this as we go, but there's a lot to talk about in like moments. So let's talk about this game really fast. That game was fucking ridiculous. Not much micro there. Trust me. Let me break it down and explain what that was, okay? That was not that hard to micro. Let me show you. It might have seemed, because I mean, I'm trying to explain it, but like it's going so fast, it's hard to explain in the exact moment. But watch this, okay? Watch. Don't freak out. Wasn't that bad. Here we go. The game right now for us is looking normal, right? We're like, okay. We are, you know, we're making our thingies. We're making our barracks. We're going to go scout him with our SCV once the barracks is done. This is also why walling is so important, guys. We literally won because we walled. And we'll talk about that in a second. Now we take our command center. We're going to scout his base right now with our SCV. We're making Marines. We're making our second depot. We're about to make our factory. Our SCV sees no natural, right? Our SCV right now on the minimap sees no natural, correct? So we're like, okay, he's not expanding. So what are we going to do? SCV is going to come back and build a bunker as soon as it arrives. That's the goal. That's the idea. Now we made a couple Marines. So we have a couple Marines. We started a reactor because we're always doing that. We're making 2 Marines, 3 Marines, whatever. We're just doing it as we can. And you have to make a couple Marines. And why do we make a couple Marines first? Because we don't have enough gas initially to make a factory and a reactor. And you don't want to make the reactor before the factory. You definitely want to make a factory first. Okay? So once we have enough gas to make the reactor after the factory, we do that. Now this SCV again has the intentions to make a bunker at my base. It's on its way back to do that right now. And what happens as it's going to do it? It's getting killed by fucking Marines outside my base right now, and he's walking at my base. So now my bunker is dead. It's gone. I can't build a bunker anymore. And, you know, now I'm getting attacked. So here's what we can do. If this happens to you, this is what we can do. Immediately, just abandon the natural. Don't cancel this. Do not cancel this. Well, okay, let me explain why. Do not... Hold on. I got hair in my mouth, dude. Sorry. I didn't get it. It's really annoying. But I'll try not to think about it. So don't cancel this. Do not cancel this command center. The reason why we don't want to cancel this command center is because if our opponent runs to our base and he starts shooting the command center, you know what that does? This is going to buy me like 40 seconds or like 30 seconds to not die here. I actually want him to shoot this command center. It's like a... I was about to say something mean because it's something... Doesn't anyone remember? Anyone who's old school in StarCraft, do you remember how Destiny... the player named Destiny, he used to use an overlord and he called it a something magnet. I won't say it because I'll keep it nice and PG. But anyways, this is like the wrong idea for Terran to attack this. We want him to attack this. If he does, that's great. It creates a situation where it just buys us more time to do more stuff in our main base. And here's the cool thing about this is something that you guys may or may not understand, but it's a very real thing. In StarCraft 2, if you cancel a building when it's at 99%, or when you cancel a building when it's at 1%, you still get the same refund either way. It's not like the longer it builds, the bigger refund you get or something like that, or the less refund you get. It's always the same amount of refund. So whatever a building costs, if you cancel it, you get 75% back, so you lose the 25%. That's what it always works like. And here's the real crazy thing. Even if the building is taking damage, so let's say the command center has 1500 health, right? And let's say it's not done yet. Let's say it's only at 1400 out of 1500 in terms of how it should be with production. And let's say my SCV dies. So my SCV doesn't actually finish it, and the SCV dies now, so it's not getting built anymore.
Appreciate the time and effort you put into this series. Thanks.
Thank you, David. Oh my god, thank you for the 50, dude. Much appreciated. I'm glad you like it, and thank you so much for the sub, dude. Or the $50 dono. And also, Sarave, thank you for the 11-month resub. Thank you, man.
So it's the Terran Day, or how does it work?
We'll see. It depends how long it's going to take. This depends. Like, these videos take like 4 or 5 hours a piece. Like, they're not slow. So, anyways, but Sarave, thank you very much for the 11 months, dude. Much love. If this command center loses its SCV before it finishes... This is something important to know, okay? It's how you can abuse your opponent. Even if the command center gets shot almost to death, if this command center is at 1400 out of 1500 and the SCV is dead, and then Marines from my opponent that are all inning me continue to shoot the command center all the way down to like 100 HP. So they shoot it from 1400 down to 100, so it's 1300 health of damage. Okay? If that's what it goes all the way down to, you know what you can do then? At the last second, you could click the command center and cancel it. And you still get the same refund. Either way, it's still a 75% refund. So if our opponent actually gets caught on the command center, he's like, kill the command center, buys us time. to make a bunker, buys us time to make more units, buys us time to make a tank, things like that. Buys us so much time to do a bunch of shit. And then we're good to go. You know, it's much safer for us if that's how it goes. But if he just bypasses it, then obviously the command center is irrelevant. We could if he lets it finish, we can actually start making SCVs out of it. We can make orbital command, and then we can start making SCVs and drop mules and stuff like that, and actually make more money that way. So that's the goal of the command center so far. So we definitely don't want to just cancel it right now. Now, second thing we're going to do after this is we're going to go back into our base with our Marines. We're going to raise the depot so the naturals kind of just like we're just like being like, natural, you stay out there, and main base we're isolated. We're closing the fucking doors. You can't come in the base now because we don't want him to walk into our base, obviously. So we're going to try and make a bunker on our side of the wall. And here's an important thing to know, okay? If you make a bunker, try to make your bunker in a logical place that is going to at least be somewhat close to your mineral line. Okay? Thank you for the bits, D14. Much love, man. So this bunker we built right here, this is a little bit closer than it should be because it's, you know, he stood right here and he killed my SCV building the bunker, which that sucked, right? Maybe if my bunker was like right there, like being built right there, that would have been great because it would be like barely out of a range of a Marine to be able to shoot it right there. Oh, so yeah. Ancient One, thank you for the 6 months, man. Thank you.
Thanks for doing another B2GM. I appreciate your handling of Terran, even though my attempts are not very good. Yet, Vibu Mila.
Thank you very much, Ancient One. Much love, and I'm glad you like it, dude. So again, the idea is we want to build a bunker. And why do we want to build a bunker? What purpose does that serve? A bunker... TG, thank you for the bits.
It's 1:30 a.m. in Germany and I really gotta sleep. Take some more bits. Good night.
Yo, have a good sleep, TG. Thank you for the bits, and thanks for hanging out, dude. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that if we can build a bunker, it's going to help a lot because a bunker is basically like a win condition right now. If we don't get it, we might still win, but if we do get it, instead of using our SCVs to attack, we could use our SCVs to repair the bunker. A bunker is because a bunker is a building that you can put DPS into, put your damage per second Marines into. DPS stands for damage per second. So our Marines can load into it and shoot his Marines and kill them really fast. Meanwhile, our Marines are in a bunker which can be repaired. So that's very, very, very useful if we get it up and we get that done. If we can't get the bunker up, again, it's not guaranteed we're going to win. It's just a chance now, but we still could win. So try to build a bunker is a big deal. And we're still doing the build as normal here for the rest of it. And now he's shooting me. He kills my SCV building the bunker. And I'm just building units. And now here's a judgment call, okay? Here's where the judgment call happens. This bunker can't be built anymore. I built it too close to the wall, right? It's like, dang it. So what do? I build another bunker like over here because we want to build another bunker in our base that is going to be able to be utilized, but also not in range of being killed. I'm not going to build one right there, for instance, and just die again. So I'm going to build it closer to the command center, and I'm going to also, build it soon because I can't actually do it. Like, this wall is compromised. This is fucking 9 Marines, guys. There's also SCVs here. He's pulling the boys right now. Oh, yeah. And this is too much shit. I can't beat this right now with 2 Marines versus 9 Marines. And he's also making Marines faster than me because he's got 3 racks, and I only have 1. Really 2 with the reactor, if you talk about Marine production, but yeah. So I don't want to fight this yet. It doesn't make any sense to fight this yet. I'm going to buy as much time as possible to make as many units as possible, and then we're good to go. Now, here's the thing. Here's a judgment call, right? And everything. Thank you for the prime. Thank you, dude. Here's a judgment call. If I'm currently being all in, right, and he's already breaking my wall down, and my factory was still in production when he got here. This is probably not the time to make a tech lab to then also make a tank. And why would I not want to do that right now? I probably don't want to make a tech lab and a tank because to do that, to make a tech lab and then make a tank, it's going to take about 50 seconds to a minute. It's going to take exactly 50 seconds, just so you guys know. It's 32 seconds plus 18, right? Or does it take 36? Yeah, it's 32. I was right the first time. It's 50 seconds because it's 32 seconds for the tank and it's 18 seconds for the tech lab. So together that's 50 seconds. I would not have a tank out of this factory until 3 minutes and 51 seconds if I started it right now. I might be dead by then. You know what I mean? Like, I might not have that time. I might not have the luxury of getting a tank out in 50 seconds from now because I might just be dead before that. So what I do instead is I make a Hellion. I can have a Hellion in 21 seconds. It's a lot faster, and it's going to help be extra DPS once again to help me kill some of these units in my base. So now we build a bunker again because I can't use my first one. We build it closer to the command center because, again, this covers the mineral line. And now we're making orbital command in the natural, and we're just waiting. We're just waiting. And he actually focuses down my barracks, and now he is also killing my depots, and he's supply blocking me. So I'm now that my barracks is dead, my normal build order is to build a barracks either way after my factory is done. That's the normal build order we're doing. But now I'm building a second one because he killed my first one. And now he's got all his SCVs up here killing an SCV. He's got my doorways all dead. And now I have a double marine, a Hellion, and all my SCVs. So now that he's actually approaching my base, now that he's actually like no longer on the depots. So if he would have came in earlier, all I would have done is pulled my SCVs faster. I would have A-moved, like green boxed my guys and A-moved towards him. So SCVs are going to initially die so that my Marines and Hellion can shoot longer because the SCVs are going to die first because they're melee. And these units are ranged. So SCVs would definitely die first. And now that he's engaging my base, I pull my SCVs and we just fight it. And here's a cool trick, right? So now my bunker's done. Now my bunker is done. And now that the bunker's done, I don't need to run my SCVs to their death anymore. Now what I want to do is go back to the bunker. This is why you want to build a bunker. You want this to take the damage, not this. So what do we do now? All we do is we continue to macro. I'm continuing to make SCVs. I'm going to start using my my factory more, and I'll start trying to use my barracks when they're done, but I'm going to take my SCVs and go mine the minerals. Now here's a cool trick we can do, okay? Remember how I said it's going to take us 50 seconds to make a tank? What if we lifted off the factory, we landed it right there on the bunker, and we just started building a tech lab right there, because that way every time he tries to kill the factory, my bunker full of Marines starts shooting the Marines as well. Sounds like a good idea. I could actually, like, if I get to always fall back to, like, he doesn't want to really engage a bunker either, guys. Bunker is so fucking strong. Especially if it's being repaired as well. It's scary to fight against. So that's a situation where it's very doable now that we can make a tech lab with a factory if we want to do that. So we can pull our SCVs back now and always just fall back to the bunker. Now we're going to rotate the factory and we can build a tech lab for a tank over here. Because again, we don't want to make Hellions right now. We want to make tanks. Because if we can eventually get a tank, it's going to ultimately shut this down super easy. But now look at him. He's pushing into my base, right? And you know what he's doing? Oh, God, I have to sneeze. You know what he's doing that I might not realize? Which a lot of people are going to do this, which is why a bunker near the mineral line is so good. It has to be like near the command center or something, which can be covering the mineral line. He's walking into my bunker. Look at this for a second. Just look at this. A lot of people will do this as well. Look at his units. These are all his units right now. And what does he want to do? He wants to kill my SCVs. So like this whole command card is his units. And watch how they just keep dying. Unit died. Unit died. Unit died. Unit died. Unit died. I'm not microing anything, guys. Unit's dead. 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 Dead, dead. 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 I microed nothing there. The only thing I did was he once again got to my mineral line. And I just green boxed and I A-moved. And I shift right click to my mineral line. To let my SCVs A-move whatever's in the area and then go back to mining minerals. But if he starts running away from my bunker, like way down here again, I'll just tell my SCVs, go back to mining minerals. That's all we did. There's no individual unit micro, none of that stuff. But these Marines in the bunker did so much fucking damage there. They definitely killed everything. So, ultimately, how did we beat that? We beat that through macro and a bunker. That's why I always tell you, scout for the natural, and if there's no natural, we build a bunker. And this happened to be proxy. So instead of building the bunker in the natural, we built the bunker in the main base. That's all it is. SCV pulling, like pulling your workers to attack your opponent is always a really good thing to do when you're getting all in like that. It's always a good thing to do. Because SCVs are actually substantially powerful early game when they can, like, if it's like 20 SCVs fighting 8 Marines. Like 20 SCVs, if they can get a surround on the Marines, they can actually kill those Marines pretty easy. Like if they can get a lot of surface area, that is. Okay, we're against the Protoss now, dude. Protoss.
What's going on?
Good luck, have fun. Good luck and have fun. Yeah.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Gotcha. SCV ready. In the rear with the gear.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay, everything's same old, same old, same old, same old, dude. Same old, same old.
SCV ready.
Thank you for the bits, D4T.
You may sneeze.
I can't. I wish I could.
You scared me.
Shift mine the mineral patches.
SCV ready. Bad news.
Okay, this will be our last SCV we make when the barracks is done. We can rally our command center down to our natural so that our SCV goes down to build the command center. That's spawning out of the command center right now. Make our orbital, rally the command center back to the main mineral line. So now it's going to rally all SCVs back to the minerals. Let's make our CC.
Not enough minerals.
Tell this SCV to mine minerals after it's done. Let's shift, click the mineral line. Hit the command center, hit shift 5. Make another marine. Make a depot so we don't supply block. And then make another SCV.
Center upgrade
And then we'll make a
complete.
factory.
What's going in the rear with the
And again,
gear.
why are we prioritizing making a marine and factory, making a marine SCV? We're prioritizing really SCVs always.
What's going on?
And then we wanna try to maintain production. So like right there, for instance, I could only make a marine or a SCV, and I chose to make an SCV because I only have enough for one supply. And once this is done, now I can make another SCV, or sorry, another marine, or I could have made a reactor because I have enough gas for it.
SCV ready.
I could have done either one. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a reactor now that I have plenty of resources for it. Let's make a bunker as well.
In the rear with the SCV ready.
Keep making SCVs.
Big job, huh?
Let's make another barracks, make a tech lab on our factory, make an orbital over here, and now let's start our second gas because our factory's done, and now we're going to need more gas expense to now not only make tanks, but eventually make our starport. And then also make medevacs out of our starport, right?
SCV ready.
Okay, we're getting all in again. So now let's go ahead and load that bunker up.
Add-on
If the bunker's done by the time he gets here, totally load it up. Raise my depot.
command center upgrade complete.
And now here's the tricky thing, right? You're like, oh god, the bunker's loaded. Just repair, if it's melee units, just repair your building and have new units kill it.
Armed and
And now we're secured.
big job, huh?
Okay. Let's go ahead and make our starport.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
If the bunker was not done, we could have just lifted off, like, if, let's say he killed the bunker. I could have lifted this command center off, landed it in the main, waited till this tank came out, and then retook my natural.
Add-on
That also could have been what we could have done there. But, I mean, he chose to bypass the bunker, so we could load it, and then suddenly it's really strong. Okay, let's start making depots,
You scared me. SCV ready.
and keep making units. Keep making
additional
SCVs.
supply depots.
Let's make another. Let's make a second depot at the same time, only because we're supply blocked. Make a reactor on our starport.
Go ahead. Ready to roll it. SCV ready.
Okay, siege our tank.
So,
That maybe is a little too close to the wall, so we can move it back a little bit. Move it just a smidge back, like that. Now it's amazing. That's like, because again, it can't shoot in fog of war anyways. So now it's safer because it's further back. So range units can't shoot it as easily. They have to go deeper into my bunker and my wall to kill my tank now. Okay, let's go ahead and make another command center. We have the money for it, and we need to because we're fully saturated here.
job, huh? SCV ready.
Let's make our other tank siege now,
And ready.
and then we're good. We are good to go.
SCV ready.
Okay. Make a stim pack upgrade. Let's get our gases here. And let's also get engineering bays at this point.
Yes, sir.
And we're getting really close to supply blocking again. Let's make another couple depots.
Not enough minerals.
Gangway.
Drop a mule.
SCV ready.
Go back and mine minerals.
In the rear with the gear.
Okay.
What's going on? This better be good.
A couple more depots. We'll cover the last bit of fog of war in our base. That way, if there's like a prism here, we'd be able to see it. Let's make this an orbital. Let's get 2 upgrades. Keep making SCVs.
For dust off.
Make this an orbital.
B-boy.
Keep making units. Okay, and then now we're gonna start making a couple more racks. Let's make like 3 more racks because we're you know, we're getting a lot of money that we can't spend.
Make an effort. Drop
Now
it
let's do our little scout thing we like to do. Let's go
Command
left
center
side first
upgrade
this game.
complete.
See if we see bases, and then eventually drop the base we see that's the furthest out
SCV ready.
if we see one. This base is now done. Let's go ahead and lift this off and take a command center with it. Let's build another command center while we're at it.
SCV ready.
Excuse me, sorry.
Research
Okay.
complete.
So he's attacking us. Let's go ahead and attack towards these voids, and now let's make turrets because he's going air units.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. Let's go ahead and select all army and go back to my main.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Keep making SCVs, guys. Don't panic. Transfer some SCVs from the natural back to the main because we just lost a few. And we're looking good. Okay.
Sure.
Let's get an armory so we can go to 3-3 or go to 2-2 upgrades and eventually 3-3. And now we have 3 command centers. So let's rally all these extra SCVs over to that base.
In the rear with the gear.
And notice how, do you notice how since I selected the army during that defense, it's like, whoops, we got a medevac here again. I don't know how far it went, so we'll just reissue the command. Go,
Add-on
go,
complete.
go, go. Okay, now it's actually almost dead to these void rays. But we're getting attacked again, so let's do the same thing again. This guy is being really aggressive. So let's select all army. Or he's actually leading my base. If he was attacking my base, we could select all army.
Mineral field depleted.
But he did kill the medevac again. So, I mean, it is what it is. It happens, right? He's just being aggressive. So let's try again on the other side. Right now.
Light flight.
Go to the second side now. Check bases. Check bases. These turrets are going to help a lot at defending myself.
Somebody, get me out of this net.
Not
Okay, we
enough
just flew over a cannon and some gateways.
Who wants some?
So we're definitely getting cheesed right now. Hardcore.
Ah, you scared me. Yep.
But again, is that our priority right now? It's not our. It's going to be our priority in a second, but it's not our priority just yet. Our priority right now is getting our economy saturated properly. That is our real priority. Let's go ahead and get another SCV for this base. Get a turret for this base, and then shift mine the mineral patches. Keep making bio.
Not enough
And look, we found his bases. Let's go back here and drop this one because it's the furthest out. Okay.
What's going on?
Keep making
SCV
medevacs.
ready.
Keep transferring SCVs to new bases.
Base is under
Okay,
attack.
select all army and go attack this. And we can tell our army to repair this command center. Because he's going for the command center. So stim pack towards him.
Center upgrade.
And whatever happens, happens. Okay, we can lift off a command center and take another base. We can build another one as well because we need to keep building command centers. Okay, control F1 all my idle SCVs and tell them to mine resources.
SCV ready.
Because, again, we're watching this too right here on the left side of the screen. We don't want to have idle SCVs all over the place. Let's go ahead and saturate our bases properly. And how many SCVs are we at? We're almost done, guys. We're almost done making SCVs. And we're a little bit under where we want to be in terms of maxing this game because we're getting attacked so much.
Yo, huh? SCV ready.
GG.
Go, go.
Now, let's rewind really fast and see what happened throughout the game. And just so you guys know, anyone who doesn't realize why he quit the game because, number one, we defended our third. And number two, we also killed his entire mineral line at his third. I saw on the minimap there was no movement because when we dropped with our scout, it actually killed the whole mineral line because he was focused on attacking me instead. So let's see what's going on, right? He did his little poke. Right now, in terms of supply, we're in the lead by a bit. In terms of economy, we're in the lead by a bit. So we're just taking a little bit of a lead just by default, just because. We're macroing efficiently. Voids get out. They find my medevac and kill my medevac. That was nice. Since we selected army to defend our base, we actually fucked up our medevac scouting the first time. And again, maybe that could have dropped into his main base if we get to a point where we don't have to select army anymore. And again, by the way, when that's going to happen, guys, is we're going to start working more on that. We're going to start working on ways to make that better in Gold League. I'm going to teach you more hotkeys in Gold League. But for now, it's okay. It is what it is. It happened. So we didn't get our first drop in, but here's our second drop. Our second scout drop goes forward, and we see where his base was. So we drop again. We don't drop just the base we're currently in, because the deeper you go into the guy's base, the more likely he's going to have defense there and units there that are spawning, because that's where all of his production is. But if we always try to just realize where the newest expansion is, the furthest out expansion that we scouted over, and we drop there, you can see that as we drop here, we start killing a lot of his stuff, and our opponent's currently preoccupied with doing this attack because he's already committed, so he's going for it. So these Marines wipe out a bunch of his economy. Meanwhile, we just selected the army, and now they got controlled by that. So now some of these Marines are going home, and some of them are going to stay here shooting at Nexus. Just because they got aggroed onto it. And now up here, the actual fight, when he pushes, it's scary. It's scary to focus fire a command center, because if we repair it and we actually out-repair the damage, my units are killing his units while he does nothing other than we're repairing the damage that he does. So the command center gets down into the red a little bit. It almost dies. But then our bio shows up, and it starts killing stalkers. It weakens the DPS on the command center. It gets repaired super fast. And now our army just, again, it overpowers, right? And now from this point, there's nothing left here. There's nothing left, right? So he's super dead, essentially. And these two Marines are still down here just killing probes. So at this point, again, we just killed his army, and his probe count is looking a bit rough because he doesn't have as much. So what did we do here? We did the scout pattern, and we did the standard macro through this whole situation. And then as soon as he showed up to our base, all we did was because he focus fired the command center, we just told green box all SCVs and went, hey guys, repair that. And then we selected our army and said, hey, move to that area. Go, go, go. Hey, move that area, guys. And then, that shit died everywhere. It went in our favor. And, the reason why it went in our favor is not because I microed it. It's not because I did some super crazy tactic, even though it might feel like that to my opponent because we dropped him at the same time as defending our base. It just happened to be a coincidence that it happened like that, because again, that drop was a scout, not a multi-prong attack. But the reason why it went so well for us is because we just had so much supply that not only could I drop Marines in his base with the scout, and we even lost the scout up here to 2 Void Rays killing it with 8 Marines inside, but we still had so much fucking Marines with good macro that we still also overpowered his attack. That's why everything went that well. And it went really well because he was killing the command center while I was killing his army. So that was really, you know, best case scenario, right? Best case scenario right there. Nice. Nice. Maybe another TVT. Where them Zergs at? Where them Zergs at, boys? Oh shit, I didn't make an SCV. If he wasn't doing weird stuff, he probably would have been a lot closer in worker count. A lot of times when people type in Twitch chat, I disagree with the comments that they make, especially in these lower videos. They say shit that makes no sense half the time. But what was just said right there, if he wasn't doing weird stuff, he probably would have been a lot closer in worker count. Yes, that is 100% accurate. 100%. Anyone in Silver League is capable to play like this if you just focus on this and you don't focus on doing like 2 racks Reaper and then make a proxy battlecruiser and then fly a battlecruiser in your opponent's base and fly around and do some damage and then go for a fucking stim pack timing. Where it's like the build is chaotic and it's just crazy. And it takes a lot of weird attention to detail all over the place. And a lot of times if you don't know how to do it properly anyways, you're going to fuck everything up so hard for your economy. So, yeah. If it was just an economy focus with chill macro, of like defensive chill macro, it would have definitely had a lot more.
SCV ready.
For sure. Okay. Now, if this happens and you're like, oh my god, Vibe, my SCV is dying. Grab 2 SCVs and go like this. A move your barracks to 2 SCVs. Tell this SCV to halt. Mine minerals with it. And tell one of your 2 SCVs to rebuild the barracks again. Easiest way you can do that. That's the easiest way you can make that work properly for you. Now I can tell this SCV to shift mine the patches. Make a Marine. Make a Orbital. Tell this SCV that's currently running around the other SCV. Tell him to go build a command center. Let's build a depot.
You scared me. Gotcha.
Since we can just kill this guy right here. Let's tell our Marine to go kill that SCV. Let's just run our base. It's fine. But no, it's really, we're not microing much there. The AI will take care of it. Am I gonna try and stutter step him down? No, I don't care. Okay. And there's another one in my natural now. So we can select all army and we can attack towards the natural just to get that shit dealt with as well. Now let's make our bunker. Let's make our bunker, or sorry, let's make our factory and our reactor on our barracks. And let's not make a bunker because he has a natural, guys. If someone has a natural, even if it says we're under attack, I just want you to know it's not going to be that hard to deal with. You can out macro it. So I don't even know what my SCV was attacked by, but am I afraid right now? No, I'm not, because he expanded. He can't all in me now if he expanded, because he doesn't have enough. Like, the only way he could all in me now is if he just pulled all his SCVs and they moved across the map. Which is just SCVs then. I could just pull mine and we'll be fine. Okay, let's make another barracks. Let's make a second gas.
SCV ready.
But notice how I don't care. Okay, we're getting attacked in the main. Take my Marines and A-move the Reaper. Keep making SCVs, guys. Let's rebuild this gas because he killed the SCV on it. Make a tank. So this guy's microing his heart out right now, right? With that Reaper.
SCV ready.
He's really trying to kite me all day.
Armed and ready. SCV ready.
Okay. And you want to know what's funny? Or what's real? Even though that Reaper killed like 2 or 3 SCVs, I actually think that He probably didn't make SCVs while he did that. And he probably fell behind by the same amount that he killed. So it evened out. That's what I honestly think probably happened right there. Is it guaranteed? No, there's a chance he might have. There's a chance he might have made SCVs during that, but it's high chance that he didn't. Okay, let's go ahead and make some depots because we're supply blocking. We definitely need some depots. Make SCVs, make Marines.
Gangway coming through. SCV ready. What's going on? SCV ready.
Make a reactor on this bad boy.
This better be
We got all our production in a group.
go, go, go.
Make another depot.
SCV ready.
Let's make stim pack.
SCV ready.
Let's go ahead and make another command center as well because I have SCVs being pumped constantly. I'm pumping units out of my buildings that I can, and we have a lot of money. So let's add a command center to it because we can afford it. Let's build one more depot, wall this off, and let's siege one of our tanks on the side of it.
Complete.
And that's a nice siege. It's overall not bad. Let's make one more tank and we
Not
can
enough
stop.
Minerals.
And let's go ahead and make
Piece of me, boy.
let's make some medevacs now as well.
Insufficient
Let's also start our gas
capacity.
here. And since we're starting gas here and our gas is now exploding even more, let's go ahead and make engineering bays because that's going to be able to use our gas as well, and it's also going to start our upgrades for the game.
Armed and ready.
Okay, bring this SCV inside.
SCV ready.
Make like a couple more depots. Again, we don't want to block.
Not enough minerals.
Make some more Marines. Siege our other tank like right here.
SCV ready.
Nice siege. And keep making our medevacs and our Marines and stuff. And our SCVs. Okay, so let's load up one of these medevacs. Or the one medevac. And go around the left side of the map. We're just picking a side. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you go right or left. Just pick a side. Again, we're just looking for...
Mineral field
All we're really trying to do is get comfortable scouting the map. Like on a decent regular basis.
Research complete.
That's all we're trying to do is get you comfortable with like realizing that scouting is a thing. Let's make some more Marines. We started combat shield because Stimpack is done. 1-1's already started. Our third base needs to be saturated really soon.
Command
Let's go and
center
lift it.
upgrade.
Then we can take this as our third. That'd be fine. And now there's no third up to here, so let's go ahead and drop his main mineral line. We're just going to the nearest base now.
Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Okay, he's got an army right there. So what are we going to do?
Base is under
We can
attack.
just go ahead and A-move my army down there and go try and save that command center. And it looks like it's going to die, so we can just rebuild it. Okay. Keep producing. Don't stop producing, guys. Again, the reason why we're winning these games is not because, again, we're microing and we're stutter step and focus firing. We're stim packing constantly. It's because we're microing. Or it's because we're macroing. Okay, that might have been a bold move. Let's go ahead and cancel that. And let's go ahead and build a command center up here then, and maybe another one up here because
Mineral field
he's really stalling my command centers out with these attacks.
SCV ready. Ready. Go, go, go.
Okay, so he's now in our
is
base.
under attack.
Let's go ahead and A-move it and stim
Research
pack.
complete.
Keep making SCVs. Fix my economy here. A couple things died, which we needed to replace. Get these command centers hotkeyed. And we only double expanded because he killed my command center entirely.
Complete.
And then the other one also died when I tried to rebuild it. So we're falling way far behind on macro. Like, look how many SCVs we have on the natural. It's a lot of SCVs, right? How about we just take a lot of them off? Let's take like 16 of these bad boys off and send them to the third base right now.
Piece of me, boy.
And now we're still oversaturated. And now because of this hiccup in my economy, we're not able to afford our racks like we normally would. Like I already would have threw down 4 more racks at this point or something, but I can't afford it this game because he's been so aggressive.
Coming through.
Let's go ahead and make a couple more depots because we're getting close to blocking.
Go, go, go.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, 8 SCVs are over here as well. We're still 3 over here. So let's send it to the other base as well that we just made. And both of these bases are like already fully saturated now. So let's go ahead and tell another SCV to take another base again. Gonna drop some mules here. And now, suddenly now our money's gonna go, it's gonna go way up really fast. So now if that's gonna happen to our money, now we can go into, we can take our gas here. Now we can get ready to take more racks as soon as we can afford it. But it's definitely gonna happen soon. SCV count's also almost done. Space is oversaturated. Like, look at my money. It's getting crazy again, right? So let's go now and build a few more racks. Let's build like 5 more racks or something. Shift, click the mineral line. Make more medevacs. Make more marines.
Mineral. Our SCVs are under attack. Base.
Okay, that base is dead
under
again. It is what it is. Just cancel it and let it die.
Command
Keep making
center
units, guys.
upgrade complete.
Am I freaking out right now? Definitely not. Am I making SCVs still, though? Yep, I am.
What's going on?
Base is under attack.
Go, go, go!
My money's getting really fucking high now. Let's go and build a few more racks again. Because I can't, like, our build was so delayed for so long, now it's skyrocketing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he's killing rallies, so let's scan and see what the hell's going on here. Okay, so
Upgrade
we have,
complete.
I would say, a pretty decent army. But this army is also not pushing these
Upgrade
bases.
complete.
So I would say the most intelligent thing we could do here right now would be probably just to fucking relax for a second. Because we're mining on a lot of bases, right? These bases can't even take any more SCVs as it is. How about we do this? Let's rally my command centers to here,
Base is
grab
under
these,
attack.
and rally them to like right
Mineral
there.
field depleted.
Keep making SCVs until we're done, but now we're not going to go through the tanks anymore. And we're just going to wait for a second while we build more supply against this tank push. Just wait for a second. Just make more supply.
Base is under attack.
Okay, keep making units, keep making medevacs.
Additional supply
We're supply
depots
blocking like
required.
crazy now so we can make some more depots. Because he's killing all my depots in the front of my base. He's killing my whole depot line. So we definitely need to get some more supply going so I'm not supply blocked all day. And we just increased our production, right?
Additional supply depots
So this guy's
required.
all about just disrupting my economy. Or my build, rather. But we're chilling. Am I freaking out? Definitely not.
Add on.
Like, I'm just thinking about the situation logically and going, what do we need to do? Do I need more SCVs saturating over here?
Complete.
No, I don't. I could take another command center, though. I could definitely do that. That makes sense, because I can't build it in my main base. It's too cluttered. So how about I just take a command center here and we get ready to go expand somewhere else? Now this is a problem. Now, if he starts pushing, now we need to go.
Base is under attack.
So, like, we can't let him kill my bases for free and just sit there. So, if he's going to push my bases, let's go ahead and pull the trigger. And now let's do it. So he's got an army still there, so let's go ahead and move down here.
SCVs are
Stim
under
pack.
attack.
Keep making SCVs, because now SCVs are dying. We could also even pull these guys and send them over here while this is happening. Try and save some of them, if possible. And then we can take our army and a move up here and stim pack. Keep making SCVs.
Thanks to your vids, I am Silver 1 with Protoss. Thank you, Vibe.
Yo, thank you, dude. Thank you very
Additional
much.
supply depots required.
Appreciate it. And everything. Thank you so much for the bits, man. Much love. Okay, so I now not only rebuilt the command center that died, I took the expansion we wanted to take initially, and now I'm going to take another one again. And why am I going to do that? Because we're mining out of our bases like crazy. Like, all my SCVs are becoming really inefficient everywhere. So we need more fucking bases. Like, I need more bases. Like, I'm going to have so many SCVs that are so inefficient. Okay, now let's go ahead and attack towards his base, because we're basically maxed here. Let's go ahead and throw in a couple more depots so we max out. And look at the production and look at the money, right? Lots of money, not a ton of production. So let's grab some of my SCVs really fast and go racks, 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 racks. Shift click the mineral line. Let's make a starport here and like a factory here as well. Click the mineral line. Now let's go ahead and scan once here. There's no base, so let's just work our way through the right to the left, because this guy has definitely kept us busy, so we weren't able to scout properly. So we'll attack here first. There's nothing. Okay, so now let's go to his natural. Shift and move into his main, or into the main of his natural. Now let's stim pack when we're close and let it happen. So again, we just scouted for bases on the right. We chose the right side of the map. We scouted for things on the right side of the map. That's all we just did. Okay, this base is done. Let's fix the saturation.
Upgrade.
And now, this base is done. Turn it into a planetary. SCVs, we need a little bit more. This base is done. Make it a planetary. Add it into our control groups. This base is now oversaturated by 5. Grab 5 off. Send them over here. This base is good. This base is good. This base, let's make 4 tech lab
Command center
and a
upgrade
reactor.
complete.
That's in a bad spot, actually.
Unacceptable landing
Let's make
zone.
this a reactor. This a reactor. Let's make vehicle weapons level 3. Let's get double upgrades on the energy bays. And let's make a few more racks, but not many, because we're basically there. Let's make like 4 more racks.
Mineral field.
And now we're going to be at 21. Okay, let's look at my army really fast. It's still pushing.
Command center
Stem
upgrade
pack,
complete.
move the main base at this point.
Vespine
Okay, we're
Gaza
fully done on
contested.
SCVs, and now we're just making Marines and Marauders, and we're maxing out like crazy.
Bad news.
Transfer SCVs to any open base that we have. This base is pretty good. This base is looking pretty fresh. Other bases are still mining out, though. So if other bases are mining out, we probably want to... This is getting pretty fast, pretty up there pretty fast. Let's take another base again. Let's take bottom right. Let's take any base that's closer to you.
Complete.
You can go middle left or bottom right. Either one works.
We are at maximum supply.
Either base works. Okay, grab all these other racks we just built to finish it off, and now we're at 21 production facilities. We can rally point it to the middle of our base or something. And now we can once again A-move the area.
Complete.
He's not dead yet, so A-move, 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 A-move. Go ahead and stim pack. So we're going to kill his base. Let's go ahead and throw a scan here just to make sure. This is the only base we haven't seen in a long time. Does he have a base there? Yeah, he does. So we'll deal with that in a second now. We'll keep working our way up there. Transfer SCVs.
Stay in the rear with the
Transfer
gear.
SCVs.
Well, bad news.
Transfer SCVs.
Go ahead.
We're still supply blocked. But I still have the nice range of 21 production facilities, so I'm not like stressing about it. Like, oh, I can't remax. There's no way. Yes, I can. I have plenty of production.
Mineral upgrade complete.
You can get concussive shells. Engineering bays are completely done. This base needs to be fixed. That base is still good. Base is still good. Base is needing to be fixed. Send it over here. Send 2 over there. And send the rest down to the new base again that we just made. Okay. Okay, so our army is now done with this job we just gave it. So now let's go ahead and set up. A-move this base and stim pack.
Add-on
Go back to macroing all over again in our base. Go back to all over. Oh, sorry, we have 23 production facilities. I didn't actually hotkey the starport in this factory. So now again, we would just be making more medevacs. We can start adding some Hellbats into our army if we wanted to. And we can go into Marine Marauder. And we have a large army. A large remax potential. Sorry, I didn't mean to quit the game. We'll just watch it really fast again. We'll go through these pretty fast. Better Thyself, thank you very much for the Prime. Welcome to the VFam do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So again, watch this. This is the moment, right, where I talked about the Reaper. Look at production during this. Look at production during this. When the Reaper gets in my base, I bet Red stops making SCVs. Let's look at SCVs right now really fast. We're already ahead by an SCV just because. So he's already missed a moment for an SCV, right? And now this is going to, like, we're going to definitely do Reaper stuff later. But again, for now, in Silver, where it's a bit intense still. And let's just go, and like, again, we have 4 supply lead for no reason. Nothing's happened yet, guys. We both expanded. Both of our builds were fast expand builds, yet we're 4 supply ahead. So, efficiency, right? Now, watch the red production bar. I honestly think, is there a SCV queued up right now? No. I think it will stop. My guess is this will stop. That is my guess. Watch it right now. He's going into the base. Did he queue one up yet? Okay, he actually queued up. He queued up. So, good boy. Dominant breed. Good job queuing it up if you're listening. If you ever see this. You queued up before you went in. I'm proud of you. But okay, now here's the real question is, is we'll watch the production tab and see if anything else starts. So right now there's a barracks that just started a tech lab, a factory, and a second max going. So, I mean, yeah, you got some time. We'll see. Well, here's the big one. Let's see if anything happens with this orbital command, with this command center when the Reaper's in the base, because that's also a big deal, right? All of your production needs to be utilized. I was looking for, like, I will say though, he did a really good job of setting things up before going in the base with this Reaper. That was a great job. Definitely did not expect that from a silver player. So he gets in the base. Look at the command center. It's done. SCV's sitting here, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing. Tech lab Rex is done. Doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing. Factory's done. Doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing. This command center finally lost its queue of SCVs. Now it's also doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing, doing nothing. And he just started the orbital command. When did he start it? At like 3:46. He started it at 3:46, right? This is why I tell you not to micro on low leagues. Look at the orbital command starting. 3:45. Now, I'm not a magician. I'm not a fucking Einstein here, but I know how silver players are. At 3:43 is when the Reaper probably died.
I
Watch this.
officially bought my new gaming PC, which will be here by Thursday. StarCraft Campaign Pack Deluxe Edition purchased. I'm ready to rock some SC2.
Thank you, Drunken Panda. Fuck yeah, dude. Getting a new gaming PC feels amazing. I feel like not this year, maybe not even next year, but honestly, you know when I'm probably gonna buy a new gaming PC? I'm probably gonna buy a new gaming PC the year that Diablo 4 comes out, because I'm gonna get like top of the line shit, and I'm gonna stream that game at like fucking pristine graphics, and then also it'll have been like 6 years before since I've had. Oh Jesus, sorry. It'll have been like 6 years since I've had an upgrade, so I like to upgrade about once every 6 years. But yeah, hell yeah, dude. Congrats, man. That's awesome. So anyways, guys, remember what I was talking about? Nothing had happened until 3:45. All these buildings are sitting here idle. Now, I guarantee, because he starts their orbital command at 3:45, it's because the Reaper dies at 3:43 or 3:44. The Reaper dies, and then he goes back to macroing. So Reaper jumps down, goes over, and it dies. And now he's like, all right, now I'm done. Now I'm done microing. I guess I'll go back to macroing. And now he starts macroing. And again, this is not proper micro. This is why I don't want you guys to micro at these levels of skill, because if you micro at these levels of skill, it is. Let me show you again. I'm not trying to pick on dominant breed. I just want to explain something really fast. The Reaper jumped in my base, guys, at 3:15. He stopped macroing ever since 3:15. He set up some shit before he did it, but he stopped actually macroing at 3:15, and then finally things started finishing at like 3:22, 3:25, 3:28, 3:32, 3:36. And all of it, like some of it finishes sooner than others, like orbital command or the command center finishes, then a tech lab finishes, then a factory finishes, then SCVs finish, then another barracks finishes, and everything's just sitting there doing nothing. And this is what I mean when I'm talking about multitasking or when you tunnel vision. So silver player does this. Move, 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 move. Attack, 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 move, move, attack, 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 move, attack, move, attack, attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, 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 move, 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 attack, move, attack, attack, move. I'm dead. Okay, let's macro. That's a silver player, right? That's a silver player. That's what they do. That was fucking 30 seconds of no macro. He set it up really well before it. I'm proud of him for that. I'm proud of you, Dominant Breed, for setting it up before. But you still did the classic silver mistake. And people in Platinum still even do this, just so you know. But it's just no macro. Now, this is what it should be. This is what it should be. Okay? Move, move, move. Make SCV. Make orbital command. Attack. Move. Attack. 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 Make tech lab. Attack. Move. Move. Attack. Make SCV, because I'm not doing anything right now. Make SCV. Okay? Kill the SCV. Move. 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 Attack. Move. Make a marine. Make SCV. Attack. Move. I'm not doing anything right now because I'm moving away and I can't do anything now. What can you do? Watch it, right? You're doing nothing. When you give a command, if you tell a Reaper, hey Reaper, kill that SCV, he doesn't do it in the snap of a finger. it takes him like 6 seconds to kill an SCV or like 5 seconds to kill an SCV. And if you're not using that time to macro and you're just staring at the Reaper, it means you're not ready for it yet because you're not comfortable enough with your macro to do it without thinking about it. If you can't macro without thinking about it, and it's like it takes full brain power to macro, it means you shouldn't also add in micro to that. Because if you have to micro, if you're putting yourself in a situation where now you have to micro your unit and you can't just go like, if I tell you make 2 Marines, make an orbital command, make an SCV, and make a tank. And if you can't do that in a matter of about 2 seconds and not even look at the base while you do it, because all it would be is this. This is how I would do it. If I go, okay, make 2 SCVs, make Marines out of 2 barracks, and make a tank. Or make 1 SCV and an orbital command or whatever. I would go like this. 5 SCV orbital, 4 Marine tab tank. And I could do that like this. It would be like this. 5 SCV, 4 Marine tank. I just macroed. Now I would have hit tab, but if I hit tab, it doesn't do anything in the fucking, it doesn't say tab or anything like that. But you get the point. It really is 5 SS, 4 AA tab S. That's all it is, dude. That is all it is. And players don't fucking do it in low levels. And the reason why I don't like it, the reason why I don't like it is because if you do shit like this a lot, if you attack like this a lot and you just like never macro properly, all you're doing is you're taking a longer time to get comfortable with macro cycles. That's all you're doing to yourself. You're making it take longer to get comfortable doing the simple process of macro, because you're making it way more confusing than it has to be right now. It doesn't have to be this confusing right now. Again, this is literally this is the same thing as if like let's say you're a parent and you have a newborn baby who's 3 months old, and it literally just rolls around on the floor and shits its diaper, and you pick it up by the armpits and you stand it up, and its legs kind of like flutter around a little bit, and you're like, he's ready to run, and you fucking like push him a little bit, and you're like, run, and he just fucking face plants, and then poo runs down his leg. That's you if you're Silver League, guys. I'm sorry to say. Work on not shitting yourself before you work on running. What's up, Sham2? How you doing, man? What does the Reaper even do at this point? It's like people who scout harass without being able to know what it's for. No, exactly, right? It's the reason why this is happening is it's the misconception of everyone who watches StarCraft thinks that StarCraft should be played the way they see it casted and the way they see streamers do it, which is all high-level players. How often are you watching casters? Like, I mean, I guess it could happen, but how often do you watch, like, DreamHack and you watch, like, 2 fucking silver players play? Like, never. Whenever you watch tournaments, you're always watching, like, the best of the best, which are people that are so refined at everything that they do, and you go, well, Vibe, why do I want to learn how to play at a Silver League level when I can just watch Maru play in the GSL? And I saw him attack in a TVT that he played against TY. He used the Reaper and he attacked TY's SCVs. So why would I not do that? Like, if I'm going to train myself to do something, I might as well do it with the best. I'm not going to do it with some crap ass silver style. And just, again, it makes no sense because you can't handle what the fucking best players do at all. And indirectly what that does is it makes your whole build fall apart because you don't macro. You stop macroing. So anyways, now let's go ahead and speed forward, right? Let's speed forward and let's look at the supply difference. So even though actually he lost more than I did because he also lost, he had 2 SCVs die in my base as well for some reason. I don't know, it was random. But it's fine. I lost 3 SCVs, guys. He killed 3 SCVs. He didn't have to lose 2 SCVs. There's no reason why they should have died earlier. They just randomly walked in my base and died. But definitely like a miss rally there, miss macro with his rally point, which is okay. It's not like a serious mistake. Like, it's something that he can fix. I'm sure he doesn't realize. He doesn't think that's going to be a good idea every game. But anyways, he killed 3 SCVs to lose the Reaper. But even though I lost 3 SCVs, I'm ahead by 7. He's lost 2 SCVs. I've lost 3. Let's pretend he didn't even lose 2 SCVs and he was at 30 right now. I would still be ahead by 5 even though I lost 3. And again, that makes sense because he doesn't macro while he micros and he's not doing shit with his command centers. He's like AFK with his buildings.
Oh, yeah.
For too long, too many times.
Don't tell me how to raise my kid.
Thank you, Smilch. Thank you, dude. No, sorry. My bad. And now our first drop. What does it do? This is our first. Again, this drop is not being microed, guys. It's a glorified scout. I am just seeing where his bases are, and when I get to the point where I'm like, okay, his base on the left side of the map happens to be here, which is his main base. I drop behind the mineral line and I fucking leave. I don't stim pack it. I don't focus fire. I don't reload and fly away. I don't do anything. I just drop and I forget about it because what am I doing instead? I'm making sure my macro cycles are all running very smoothly. And look, these Marines are doing a great job. Oh my god. And oh, by the way, I didn't stim that with these. I did not stim pack these. Okay, even though they stimmed, I did not look here and stim pack. The reason why they stimmed is because I just engaged over here and I selected all army and I stim packed this army right here. So, because again, he's killing my third command center, right? Because I just landed it and suddenly there's an army there and I'm like, oh crap. So I select all army, I stim pack forward, and it just so happened that these stim packed as well, which makes it even better because we're killing an entire mineral line. And then our army pushes forward and we kill not everything, but we definitely kill the majority. And we tried expanding, assuming we were going to win the fight, and we end up not winning the fight. So this needs to be canceled because we're losing, so we just expand here instead.
The first B2GM series helped me to stop shitting myself. Second series taught more. Excited to refresh and learn new bits.
No worry. Thank you, Utope. Thank you very much, dude, for the 8-month resub, man. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad it's helping you a lot. And now check this out. I've now killed 23 SCVs and I didn't even know it happened. I killed 2 before because he threw 2 away at my base right away, again for no reason. But I just killed 21 SCVs with that drop and I didn't even know I did it. It was, again, just a scout, and whatever happens, happens. That's all it was. And now what happens with our next one? We do one more, right? I think we do one on the right. I think we try to do one on the right. I can't remember.
It's the
Oh, no,
weekend.
he attacks me again. Yo, thank you for the 5 vitamin C. Hell yeah. So we're just chilling. He sieges up outside my base, and again, this is a moment where we're fully saturated on these 4 bases because again, we were macroing really well. SCV count is 75 to 32, so we're producing at a faster pace than our opponent. And here's how we can just engage the situation. I don't know how much army he has here. Also, he's sieged. So how about I just, again, don't actually feel the need to push because like, think about it like this, okay? This is a concept. Here's a fun fact, okay? I'm sure Sham too, if he's still here, I'm sure he'll appreciate this. So there was a guy that I met early on in my StarCraft 2 career when I was a pro gamer, and his name was Skew. And he was a guy who played Brood War a fuckload back in the day. He was a good Brood War player. And he watched me play a game one time. And it was a situation just like this, where a Terran was setting up tanks outside of my base. And granted, I was Zerg at the time for that. But it doesn't matter. It's still, the situation still applies. He was setting up tanks like in a position like this.
Yeah.
Back in like early Wings of Liberty. Like 2011 or 2010. It was just like this. And he watched me go immediately attack that. And it doesn't matter if I won the fight or if I lost the fight. I attacked it, and it was a horrible fight either way. Like, if I win the fight, it's like barely winning the fight. And if I lose the fight, it's like, what's it called? Well, then it's just shit, right? Because you lost the fight. And he asked me, he goes, Vibe, why are you attacking that right now? And I go, because he's setting up tanks outside my base. And he goes, yeah, but what's the point? If you have done a build that is focused on macro, and your opponent's doing a build that's focused on attacking, and he's sieging you with a contain, but he's not yet actually hitting your base. Like, he's not putting your economy into peril yet. Like, your economy's not dying yet. He's not actually hitting my command center. He's putting 0 pressure on my economy. He's just fucking sitting there. If I sit there and wait as well, nothing dies, and I produce at a faster pace than him. So if he allows me to sit there with a better economy for another like 60 seconds or 90 seconds or maybe 2 minutes, and then he finally goes, my supply is not, it's not going to be 75 versus 135, where Zerg has a 60 supply lead. It's going to be a situation where Zerg, sorry, I'm not Zerg. I'm just doing this from a memory from back in the day. It's gonna be, instead of a 60 supply lead, it's gonna be a situation where I now have like 100 supply lead, because I'm again mining way faster than he is, because I'm doing a macro build and he's doing an aggressive build. More aggressive than me because he's already sieging my base. So I stop rallying SCVs into their death because he's literally sitting there. And look at the supply. Watch how the supply just grows. And again, all these racks are coming online right now. And now he's sieging my base, right? And what do? We just back up and let it happen. Killing a couple depots, guys, is very easily replaceable. That's so far 200 minerals that have died. I'm mining 3,000 a minute. I'm totally fine. And also, the only reason why his economy looks close to mine is because he has a bunch of mules mining resources. Mules are going to escalate it pretty fast. But again, it's 45 SCVs to 82 right now, so we still have a major lead. And now, look at the supply. We're growing pretty fucking fast here. And now, finally, when we push, we're almost maxed out. And keep this in mind, okay? Keep this in mind. My army grew. Okay? My army grew. It's a lot bigger than it was before. His army is the same size that it was when it first started, because the rest of his units are literally being built and sitting in his base. They're over here. They're more SCVs over here. The units that he's making are still at home chilling. He's not parade pushing my base. Or actually, no, sorry, there's another army here. There's more army here. I was like, this can't be it. It's because there's more shit here. And now also, this is the trigger. One trigger would have been, I hit 200 supply. The other trigger would, like, and I hit that power spike. The other trigger would have been, oh, he's now starting to actually kill my economy. So now we actually need to do something. So he's starting to, like, actually threaten my economy. So now we're going. And we wipe out his entire army. And he actually manages to kill my economy. It is what it is. But yeah, basic level understanding of, like, why fight over control over terrain that doesn't matter when you can, if you have the advantage, if it takes longer to take the fight. Why take the fight early? To fight over, like, it's like, for instance, fighting over this expansion. If this expansion is contested and one of us needed to mine from it, yeah, that's a big deal. We both want that. We should definitely fight over that. But let's just say we could go for, like, walkways. Let's say we could go here, or we could go over here. And my army's set up over here. Or my opponent's army's over here, and I'm standing right there. Why the fuck would I be like, you know what? Let's go attack that, because I just don't like that he's sitting there right now. It makes me angry. I don't want his army to be there. If he's already fortified and sieged, it makes no sense to push an area that does not need to be contested. It makes no sense. You might as well take your advantage of extending your supply lead longer. And then it just puts you in a situation where you can just win the game. Okay. There we go. And now we're here. Now we're here, guys. And now we're here. Nice. Nice. Anybody find the coaching video with the toxic student? I don't know. It was, no, I've really never coached anyone that was like toxic. It's just I've coached people before that made it seem like I don't know why they bought a coaching lesson, because everything I say, they would be like, so how do you deal with this? And I go, so what I would do is and they go, and then I start saying something. And they're like, no, that doesn't work. And they then talk for 10 minutes about why that doesn't work. And I'm like, but it does though. But I you know, if you don't think it does, I can't convince you, I guess. I don't know why you bought a coaching lesson. And to be fair, the person that happened with, the main one I'm talking about, he actually saw the YouTube comments on the video after, and he apologized, like in my stream, a little bit later, maybe like a week or something after that. It was sometime after it, And he goes, sorry, I didn't realize I was being like that in lesson. I didn't realize I was like, you know, coming across that way. He was just opinionative. He has his own opinions, right? It was
Additional
fine.
supply depots.
I didn't really care either way. I didn't get mad at him or anything. But people definitely didn't like his attitude in the lesson, though.
Oh.
Yo, don't know me, son. Thank you very much for the 513 sub. Thank you, dude.
SCV ready.
Contain that anger, Vibu. I'm not angry. It's okay.
Oh.
Also,
yeah.
real Macromancer, it's 1 day, okay? I gave you 1 day. One day on that timeout. Because you keep saying the same thing. Your repetitiveness has earned you a 1 day.
Oh yeah.
Bad news.
Okay, let's go ahead and scout. Let's build our orbital and let's expand again. It's another TVT.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. In the rear. Ah! You scared me.
Oh yeah.
Command center upgrade complete.
SCV ready. Gangway coming through. Big jump. With SCV ready.
Okay.
Been waiting on you.
Oh, look, we're getting attacked. Random stuff. Okay.
SCV ready.
Let's go ahead and A-move my natural. And again, there's no, guys, there's no,
By the numbers.
whatever it's called. There's no natural. So this is a moment where if this, let's put our Marines back here right now. And here's why. If he shows up with a bunch of shit before I'm ready, I'll just run into my base, lift my depot, and build a bunker. But if he waits until my bunker's done at my natural, we'll let that finish and we'll just fill up the bunker in the natural.
Bad news. On. Go ahead.
Let's make a tech lab. Make another barracks.
SCV ready.
Okay, he let the bunker finish. So hell yeah. Now macroing as normal. We don't have to go back to one base anymore
Add-on complete.
for a little bit, even though we're being proxied right now.
SCV ready.
Command center upgrade complete. Add-on complete.
Okay, let's get our gases saturated properly. Let's get a tank out.
SCV ready.
Get our Marines started.
SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. Go, go, go. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready. Fueled up, ready
Okay.
to go.
Let's go and put our tank over here.
No base.
Lift the depot.
SCV ready.
Can the tank fit? There we go. Siege it.
Ready.
Add-on
Get another tank.
SCV ready.
Load up 2 more Marines in that racks.
SCV
Or that bunker, I mean, sorry.
Gangway coming through. SCV ready.
Okay, so he killed my SCV. It's okay. Just take another one. Sorry, it's like the assembly line, guys. The SCV is like being told to go build a depot, and he's like, but the other one just died. And I'm like, get out there. I don't care. Sorry, guys. I'm really mean to my SCVs.
SCV ready.
Okay, let's go ahead and build our, get our Stimpack upgrade. Keep building our units. Don't get tunnel vision on what's happening right now. We should, and then now we can build our gases because we're fully saturated. And now we can also build our engineering base. Okay. Now we're good to go.
SCV ready.
not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Add-on.
Okay, we're making medevacs, we're making marines, all that jazz. We're about to supply blocks, so let's make some more depots. Get 2-2, or rather 1-1. Sorry, get 1-1. Keep making units.
Not enough minerals.
Make another depot.
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Ready for
And now let's go ahead and fly. We'll pick the right this time. Let's fly to the right. Take a medevac. Control 1 it.
heading out.
Hit every mineral line on the way to his base.
ETA 1. Somebody get me out of this mess.
Okay, we just flew over some bullshit. I think we just flew over a... Like, I mean, we knew we proxied, but I think I flew over a widow mine because it just owned my medevac hard. Do I care right now? Not really. I don't really care at the moment. I shouldn't care either, because if I care about that... Think about it like this. Yes, he's at my base. You might feel uncomfortable being like, oh my god, he's at my base. But what is it doing? It's doing nothing. It's sitting there. You know what it's actually doing? It's this guy fucking around and making himself fall behind. He's falling behind while I'm over here just macroing. That's all that's happening right now.
Command center upgrade complete.
Let's make an armory. And now look at this. There's no bases on this side, so let's boost the mineral line. Let's drop and go back to our army. Get combat shield. Let's take this third base.
Unacceptable
And let's take
landing
another base while we're at it. For planetaries now. Let's lower these depots. Let's transfer a bunch of SCVs now to this base up here. And now we're good to go. We're fully saturated on 2 bases, now almost 3. Look at that, instantly fully saturated.
Our SCVs
Just kidding.
are under
We just
attack.
went over some widow mines. It's okay. Now, if this guy keeps making widow mines all over the place as well, let's do this. Let's make a couple of turrets. Let's make 1 turret like between my bases. And let's make 1 turret in my mineral lines. Because again, widow mines are cloaked units. So let's try to make sure we don't have them like just scatter. If he ever drops us or something, let's make sure we can kill them without having to scan every single time.
Mineral field
But again, am I worried? Definitely not. If things die, just rebuild them.
under attack.
Now look. Remember how we talked about building the turrets? Look at him. He's fucking widow mine dropping my base. This guy's playing so fancy, it's crazy. He's like, I saw Klim do this in a game before, so I'm going to do it too. It's excessive for silver. Okay,
Ready for dust off.
Not enough. Research.
there we go.
Add-on
We can make more
complete.
marines. Let's make another command center.
Is the saturation counter able to be turned on during campaign? Is that multiplayer only?
I'm not sure, honestly. Drunken Panda. I actually don't know that. You probably can turn it on for. I think I know you can do it for co-op, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do it for campaign. What the fuck? There's an SCV in my base. I'm pretty sure you can do it for camp. You know what? Let's leave it. Again, do I care that SCV's there? Even if you didn't notice it, it doesn't do anything. What's he doing? Telling intel? Guys, he's making marines. He's got a lot of them. There's 200 supply of marines in this base. How are we going to deal with it with 60 supply of widow mines? Doesn't fucking do anything. Okay, transfer SCVs to that
Is
base.
under attack. Mineral field depleted.
You can go ahead and A move, shift, right click the mineral line. Fuck it. Whatever happens, happens. We need to take another base again, and we want to take the base closer to ours, so let's just go ahead and A move towards the proxy now. That way we can get rid of it. We can also scan just because there's widow mines everywhere. And do I care that there's widow mines here? I mean, they're going to kill some shit, right? They're going to kill my marines a bit, but does it matter? Doesn't really matter that much.
Command center upgrade
'Kay.
complete.
So now let's take another medevac of marines. Let's boost it around the map. Go on the left side this time. Also, look at my money, right? Money's pretty high. Our
Upgrade
money
complete.
is pretty high.
Additional supply depots
This base is
required.
good. Let's make a turret. Pull off some boys and come to this base. Land this command center down at that base.
Ready for dust off.
Let's just take another base. Look, we found a base, guys. Drop marines at it.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Okay, so that's happening, right? You're like, oh my god, this is annoying.
Additional supply
Let's just go ahead and take my
depots
army and move towards it. It's fine. Doesn't have to be that complicated. Doesn't have to be that scary.
Mineral field
Doesn't really matter that much.
Additional supply depots required.
Let's make some more racks so that I can actually properly build units here. Because again, our money's getting pretty high. Let's build another turret.
This better be good. I can't build here.
Grab all these buildings. Grab all these buildings. This command center is fully saturated. Let's resaturate this base then. SCV count right now is just about done. So we're just about there, guys. We're 83. We're about to be 85. Now we're at
Additional
85.
supply depots required.
So we're good to go. And now we're about to max out. Let's just go ahead and move out. And the reason why is because we're so close to maxing. So let's just go. And all of our production's coming up. It's coming online now. Let's make a second factory.
Additional supply
Make a second
depots.
starport.
Oh,
Make more racks again.
yeah.
A few more.
3 months of Vibu heart.
Let's make 4 tech labs for Marauder production. Make some reactors up here.
Upgrade complete.
Ready for
Grab all these other buildings we just made over here. And the factory starport. And now we're at 21 production buildings.
ready.
Say move this base next. Right here.
Gonna give me orders?
Thank you, Duo SC2, for the 3-month resub. 3 months of Vibu. Thank you, man. Get my 3-3 upgrades going. Get vehicle weapons going. Tell my army to attack this base. There's something there, so let's stim pack it.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. SCVs again are done. Let's make a turret here again because this guy's got fucking widow mines all over the place. Let's do a turret here for detection of widow mines. And let's do a turret here again for widow mines.
Add-on
Make a
complete.
planetary. Make a reactor and a reactor. Let's make all my racks reactor.
Mineral field depleted.
Hold down the C button.
SCVs are under attack.
Now let's make rally point for everything. Marines, Marauders. We can make Hellbats, just because, again, we're just filling in something out of the factory at this point. And we can make Medivacs. We can also go back to our factory and get Blue Flame and Smart Servos to fill in Hellbat upgrades even better. Let's fix our SCV count. Send some SCVs over here. This base is starting to get a bit saturated. Let's go ahead and expand again over here. Now we can hit the jackpot. We haven't dropped mules in a while. Let's just go ahead and drop mules.
Add-on.
There we go.
Add-on complete.
Now we got a bunch of mules. We can even drop more mules over here.
Not enough.
Let's go ahead and make a turret again. So there's another. This guy likes dropping Vikings at my bases. So let's go ahead and do this.
Ready for dust off.
Get rid of the Viking.
Mineral
Really
field
fast.
Depleted.
And then he also killed a bunch of SCVs again. So let's make SCVs. Okay, now he's leaving. So okay, fuck it. Don't waste your time, guys. Don't waste your time. Let's just. The second he leaves like that, fuck him. Let's just go attack.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Okay. And now we're gonna go here. A move here. Stim pack. Again, we're not really focused on anything else. There's Vikings in my base now. So here's what we can do. Rally point. Just rally point at it. Literally rally point it. It's so easy to deal with this kind of bullshit when someone does this. If you just don't freak out and you rally point it. Now look at my SCVs. We need to make SCVs, right? So I'm not taking my whole army and being like, army, keep going back and forth. This is scary. This guy's playing like
Complete.
an annoying player, but I'm not freaking out. I'm just making the rally point different. Now let's A move to his natural and stim pack. Look at the rally point. It fixed it, the problem, right? So it's now re-rallied to the front of my base. SCV count is once again good to go. We're back to 85. Easy peasy.
For dust off.
Make a turret. We can drop some more mules here.
Not enough energy.
Make marauders. Make marines. Make medevacs. The base is oversaturated. Let's grab 6. Let's repair that.
Upgrade.
Hold shift. Mine minerals over there. And let's also maybe expand again because this base is also going to start getting really fully saturated. Let's expand up there. And take the SCV that's doing it.
SCVs are under
Shift.
attack.
Turret. Mine minerals. Oh my god, look, he's doing it again. Let's go ahead and rally my once again, let's rally my units. So let's A move his base. Stim pack.
Command center upgrade.
And now let's keep making units and rally to wherever the BC is.
Command. We are at maximum supply.
Make upgrades for my stuff.
Somebody, get me out of
And now he's making BC, so let's start making Thors. Lower my depots so that either way I don't have a traffic jam here.
Our SCVs are under attack.
SCV count is currently 74. Let's go ahead and fix that.
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum.
And look, now he's running away. Now let's A move my Marines over to the place where he's. Oh, he's right there. He's just sitting there. That's fine. Let's make a turret again while he's gone. See, it doesn't have to be that complicated to like solve these problems. They're very manageable. Let's rally new SCVs. Maybe up to like this base, because this base is going to be fresh again. I'm just maxing out again. Now let's once again A-move my army to the top of the map. A-move Stimpak. That way I can... Because you get like the BC is not even... I don't know if it died or what. I have no idea where it went. Do I care? Not really. If I see it again, I'll just try to repair a turret if I can. Otherwise, I'll just A-move towards it and call it a day.
Get me out of this mess.
Keep making units. What's SCV count? It's good. Make units. Instantly remaxed.
Command. We are at maximum supply.
Okay, make this a planetary. Transfer SCVs. Let's send these back to my main base. 1, 2, 3.
Unacceptable.
Make another gas. We need to finish off our gas in our main and finish off those patches. Base is good. Base is good. Base is good. Base is still good.
Upgrade complete.
Keep making units.
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
Yeah, let's get rid of this bunker, honestly. There's just 4 supply in the bunker that's just doing nothing. And now let's once again get ready to go attack his base. This time let's attack the third. Let's actually work our way from the right up. So let's go here. We're gonna hit the we've been doing the left a lot lately. Now let's hit the right. Because we haven't checked the right in a long time. So let's A-move right here, get our army ready to go at the right side. And look, there's a base there, right? Wow. Cool beans. Saturate that gas properly up there. Every base is looking pretty good. Drop a mule or something. Drop a couple mules. Okay. Now let's take our army. A-move. Stimpak that base.
Upgrade complete.
Because we're grouped up there. Checking my bases. Everything's looking good. Start getting armor now. Since vehicle weapons is done, let's start getting armor now.
Field depleted.
Mineral fields are depleting. Let's transfer SCVs to patches and anything that we can. This base is now dead. Take my army. A-move Stimpak. Yep. Cool. Anything that dies, let's just remake it. And we're instantly remaxed.
Unacceptable command.
Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, and then if we have excess supply, we'll add in a Thor or something because he's got battlecruisers. Okay, so we're gonna get hit by a Banshee, right? We can see it. We also see all these divots of Widow Mines. Let's go ahead and A-move that area. We can scan it. We can Stimpak. And now it's all dead. And now let's once again attack the main. We'll attack the main base. Stimpak our army just to get there faster. Also, this makes our medevacs actually go with us.
Are under attack.
And if we see that, again, we shouldn't be looking at this. I should look away, literally. We shouldn't be looking at that. We should be looking at things like this. Like, oh, cool. Banshees. Rally point my Marines up there. Make SCVs as well as they die.
Unacceptable command.
Is this looks terrible, right? You're like, oh god, Banshees. Oh no, he's got Banshees in my base. But guess what? This is way worse
Geyser exhausted.
than that. This is death. This is annoying. And this is also going to be fixed right now when my Marines start showing up. Because I just rally pointed my barracks there. And now I can start a turret.
Depleted.
I can try to build that turret. I can scan it now that my Marines are here.
Field depleted.
And look, I'm still maxed the entire time. We don't even care.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, SCVs are running out. Let's send them over to a new base like this base here because it's taking a ton of damage. And look, Banshees are dead. That was just annoying, right? It wasn't even actually hard to deal with because we focused on the macro portion of it. So now he's not dead. Let's go ahead and A-move every single base that we haven't explored yet.
Mineral field depleted.
And finally, the last thing we can do is let's start making Vikings. Because if this guy's going to float off the map, we have to make Vikings to kill him because Marines can't kill units, buildings that like fly in the corner.
Mineral field depleted.
So is that what he's doing? Let's go ahead and scan. No building. No building. No building. No building. So he's got a building somewhere on the map still then. Maybe it's like here on the side. Maybe not quite in the corner. Either way, it's okay. Let's just go ahead and kill some of my units really fast. Why am I doing this? I'm giving myself supply. So I'll show you how we make this work in a second, okay? I'll show you how that we make this work in a second. Let's take our army and let's go like this. Okay? A move. Click all over the middle of the map like a wild man. Like literally go like this. Click, 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 click. Was there a method to the madness right there? No, not really. What I just did is I just made a bunch of RNG where I'm now going to kill a bunch of shit that runs around the map in the middle of the map randomly all the time. Now, we can fix some SCVs really fast. There aren't mining minerals. Let's send them over somewhere else. That's fine. We can build another command center. Why not? Let's keep practicing our methods with that. But now let's grab our Vikings and let's do this. One Viking, go to bottom left. Hold shift. Hit patrol. Go to bottom right. Now that Viking is going to get to bottom left and patrol the whole bottom of the map. Let's have another Viking. Go to bottom left. Hold shift. Tell it to patrol. Go to top left. So now it's going to patrol the entire left side of the map. Have another Viking. Attack move. The top left of the map. Hold shift. Patrol the top right of the map. Now it's going to patrol the top of the map. And now finally the last Viking. We can go to the bottom of the map again. Or the top. It does not matter. Because we want to do the right side. We just want to go to one corner and then patrol it. Have it go to bottom right. Hit patrol. Go to top right. Now we're just looking for random shit. Now, if our opponent still hasn't been found, as Terran, here's a cool trick we can do, okay? Be like, fuck you, Terran hider. Sensor tower. Sensor tower. Sensor tower. Sensor tower. Sensor tower. Grab a bunch of SCVs. Sensor tower. Sensor tower. Sensor tower. We're gonna snuff his ass out, boys. Sensor tower. 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 I just made a bunch of sensor towers. And eventually we're gonna fucking find his ass. Because I don't know where he is. But guess what? We're gonna find him soon. Real soon. And there he is right there. Look, our Viking that's on the patrol move found it. So we just found him. So now let's grab our army. Our Marines and stuff. And let's go over there. Why did I not do select all army? I don't want to disrupt my other Vikings that might also find another fucking building if this guy's hiding somewhere else as well. But now we also have sensor towers on like every inch of the map, and we still see that SCV in my base. Let's just go ahead and kill that now in case he tries to build a building. And we're bringing our bio up now to go kill this. It's gonna help kill this if he doesn't fly into another corner of the map. But again, even if he does fly in the corner of the map, this Viking is still gonna kill him. Okay, so do I look closely? Do I see any of the red dots on the map? The answer is no. Okay, so now we can select the army because now I have sensor towers on every fucking inch of this map. So now that's it. So now I can just see, hey, multiple Vikings that I made come up here and kill this shit. And there we go. And now he's dead. It's burning. Well, now this is when you type GG offensively. No, I'm just don't do that. Don't be a dick. You don't have to be a dick. This guy is... I mean, he's being a dick by floating a command center, I'm not going to lie, and wasting time like that, but it's not a big deal. I feel like that game was pretty straightforward. Or, you know what? We'll talk about the early game of that game. We'll talk about the early game really fast. And it's literally about the fact of don't freak out when your opponent proxies you like that. It's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Look at the supply early game. Watch this. When you try to do fancy shit like Widowmine drops and all these crazy Viking drops in the mineral lines, fancy play, right? But it doesn't actually get you wins if your opponent just plays efficient. If I just sit there macroing like a good macroer, I'm going to overpower this guy like crazy all the time. So check this out. Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it, check it. Our opponent's making Widow Mines. This would have, I'm going to tell you right now, this would have been annoying if I didn't make a bunker. Because the Widow Mine cannot hit Marines in a bunker. But if it does burrow and before the Marine kills it, if it kills all my Marines, it's going to be super annoying. The tank would be hard for him to push this side with. But he could potentially push Widow Mines all over here and then it would be super annoying. Now, obviously, when I get a second tank, I could still then push it back. But yeah, it would have been more annoying in the early game if I didn't have a tank. Now, like when I have a tank, it just shuts it down. It's like, get out of here, Widow Mine user. Now look at the supply. Am I panicking? Definitely not. Is this making me feel uncomfortable? Definitely not. I don't even care. Like, make widow mines and sit outside my base. I don't give a shit. I am totally fine. I'm just winning in supply. I'm winning a lot in economy. Now check this out. My drop, right? This is my glorified scout. There was no bases on the right side of the map, so I get to his base, and what do? I just drop that side of the mineral line. And what happens here? He pulls his SCVs away.
Damn it, Vibe. I just got reported for having too much stuff as toss in Silver League at 7 minutes. This series is so OP it must be cheating, lol.
Oh my god. Thank you very much, Izzy Gaming, for the bits. Thank you, dude. Much love. So yeah, like this Terran player, he's just conceding the fact that he's not caring about the main, right? Because why does he not care about the main right now? He cares about Widow Mine dropping my natural and now flying the medevac over. Because this is what he's doing at the same time, guys. He's doing this at the same time. Was that worth it? Like 3 SCVs died. And then he actually lands the SCV here. And that's why the SCV got in my base. It dropped out of that medevac. Was that worth it? He let the command center fucking almost died. It's not going to die. We didn't micro this at all. That was like one action right there. 1 second of APM. One action to go. Drop the main. Leave. Do other things. And that did so much damage. As opposed to so many fucking actions of making widow mines, burrowing, unburrowing widow mines, moving them around, scattering them, picking up a medevac with them, dropping in my base, dropping in widow mines into my base, burrowing them, moving to the next base, dropping an SCV, moving towards the missile turret, dying. So much more time and actions invested into that, and it did literally like nothing. It's just again, it could be fun. Again, if you're having fun, whatever the fuck you want to do, by all means. But if you're trying to play efficient, it doesn't make any sense. And now, again, am I freaking out that this exists? Definitely not. All he's doing is wasting his time. This is why I know I'm so far ahead in supply right now. I'm not even intimidated. And then now I take this base over again when I'm ready to expand. And why am I ready to expand? Because I have the entire left side of the map of expansions already, and now I want to take another base. So, clear his ass out. And now he's doing Viking drops and shit constantly. Being super annoying. It just keeps happening, right? It just keeps happening every time. Like, it's always this little harass. Now, another Viking drop. And he's killed 34 SCVs with all of his efforts. We've killed 21 just because our drops that, you know, dropped his base did a lot of damage. Like this one over here, for instance, did more again. Or sorry, we actually pushed his base because we're maxed out. So you get the point. He's playing way too micro-oriented. We're playing macro-oriented, and we're just steamrolling him throughout the game. This is no way he's going to win at this point. He's so far behind. And it just keeps happening the entire time until he just dies. Someone reported him for having too much stuff. Yeah. What should we do versus this drop if we face your build in a mirror like this? Move your army to it. Move your army to it. That's all I'm doing. What am I doing every time I get dropped? I'm moving my army to it. The only time I don't move my army towards a drop or like a harassment is when I'm already moving my army on the map on an move, and then I just rally point my new units out of my racks to the harassing location, and then you can run your SCVs away or something if you have the time to spare. Again, in Silver League, the last thing I want you to do is run around your base constantly and be like, oh my god, chase things, chase things, chase things, chase things. And before you realize it, you've been chasing things for 15 minutes. And you're like, oh my god, I can never stop chasing shit. Can I ever attack him once? You definitely can if you just tell when you're ready for it, tell your army to attack him and then rally. And then shit will die. Things are going to die. Your push is not going to be 100% capacity the entire time. And with things that die, you instantly rebuild it and defend your base if you're getting counter pressured. Vibe, you gonna play Zerg tonight? I don't know. These videos are taking a long time, guys. I'm sorry.
So happy you finally made it to gold with Toss. Are you streaming this weekend, or do we have to wait for next week?
I'm streaming this weekend, yeah. I have no plans to not stream. I plan on streaming.
In the rear with the SCV ready.
Okay, so make a Marine, make an Orbital, get ready to make a Command Center, and tell the SCV
Bad news.
that is scouting right now to mine minerals and then come back and mine minerals. SCV, mine minerals of the natural of my opponent, hold shift, mine my natural minerals. Let's make another depot. Make a Marine.
Not enough minerals.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, return. Thank you very much, dude, for the 6
I
month
just shut
resub.
down an Adept Rush with just macro as a D3 Zerg.
Nice.
It does work when you don't give a shit about your opponent and 3 SD.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you're coming around to it, man. Hell yeah. Or I'm glad that you're embracing the concepts. Fuck yeah. Proud of you. Okay, we need to re-rally my command center. It somehow rallied to my natural. Re-rally that bad boy back to the main. And look, guys, what did we see? I just saw a natural at the on the mini map. There's a big box in the middle of the mineral line. That means it's command center, or a hatchery, or whatever race he is. It's Zerg. It's a hatchery. So am I gonna make a bunker now? Nope. I'm just gonna start making depots.
I can't build here. What's going on?
Okay, so we just made 2 Marines, a tech lab, a 3rd Rax, keep making SCVs, make our gas, and we made an orbital. We're just doing everything, we're progressing it as it goes, and we'll keep making depots one at a time. And we're going to connect them with a line that goes through each building like that. So we're still shifting it over by 1 to the grid. We're making sure we can always actually connect our depots so there's no open gaps in our wall.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Okay, let's put 2 SCVs on the gas. Re-rally my command centers down to my natural. Drop a couple mules. Make another depot. Okay, we can rally my production down here as well. Let's make a tech lab on that barracks. And let's start a starport.
Not enough minerals.
Grab our tank and put it on the high ground cliff right here. Siege that bad boy. Again, we want our first tank always siege on the cliff. That way, if he does all in us, we have such a high chance to defend that.
Add-on complete.
Drop another mule. Make another tank. Keep making Marines. Add in our starport and our barracks into our control group. Make another depot. Add a reactor.
You scared me.
Do that.
SCV ready. Armed and ready.
Mineral field.
Get our stim pack going.
SCV
Let's
ready.
get another tank over here. Let's get ready to build our 3rd command center now,
Not enough minerals.
because we have money to do it, and we're fully saturated on the natural.
SCV ready. Go, go, go.
Make
Not
another
enough
tank.
Minerals.
SCVs are in production. Everything's being produced. We're all production right now. We're all production, guys. We're just making stuff. Oh my god.
SCV ready.
Let's go make a couple gases. Let's make another depot so we don't supply block. Because again, our supply is growing fast, so we need to keep making depots. Make some more SCVs. Make some more Marines. Make a medevac. Make a 2nd medevac.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Okay, we're maximizing our production in group 4. Group 5, make SCVs. Let's go ahead and 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. That's all we're doing right now. Let's go ahead and saturate our gases. Put our other tank at a good distance from the wall, kind of like how we did the first one. Siege it. We want it to fog of war to be near the white line. And perfect. Perfect siege right there. So that way we can shoot right as units come into our vision. Let's make a couple engineering bays.
Big job, huh?
And now let's go ahead and do a drop.
Waiting on you.
Scout the right side of the map. I'm scouting the whole right side of the map. We'll see what we see. Okay. Let's go ahead and start a few more racks now because we're got a lot of money and I can't spend it.
Research complete.
Keep making things. Keep making everything, guys. Let's start combat shield because Stimpak's done. Research complete. Let's start 1-1 upgrades.
Not enough minerals.
Let's get a couple more depots because we're getting kind of low
Not enough
on.
minerals. Command center.
Okay, let's transfer this to the third now. We're getting kind of low on my thingy. Okay, there's no base here. Whoops, I accidentally did that. I gotta fix this. I just clicked that. So there's no base here. So what do? Drop the back of the base, back of the middle line of the base we know exists. That's it. I just told it to drop there, and now I'm done. Forget about it. Forget about it. And look, he's attacking us with a big attack. But tanks are pretty good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make a couple more depots.
Not enough minerals.
Let's make one more depot to fill in the wall that died. We can repair the rest as well. We can hit repair on one, hold shift, repair, repair, repair. Hold shift again. Pick the mineral line. Let's now saturate our third properly. Drop some mules for it. Transfer some SCVs for it.
In the rear with the gear.
Ready for dust off.
Transfer one more because we're over by one now. There we go. Do we have an armory started?
Research.
I don't. Oh, we do. Okay, we're good. Get all these into reactors.
Get me out of this mess.
Now let's load up another medevac because we want to scout the south side of the map now, right? Let's scout the south side.
Confirmed.
We're scouting all the bases on the south end of the map and seeing what we can see. Let's get another command center going. Let's also get our gas going.
This better be good.
Let's also maybe make like 2 depots, so we don't want a supply block. And again, now all these racks are coming online, so it's a lot more production coming online right now. Our supply is going to go up really fast. SCVs 72, we're almost done. Get 2-2 upgrades and level 1 weapons on armory. So 2-2 bio, level 1 weapons for armory. Start making units like a crazy fast here. We can saturate our gases properly. Because we're checking our base. We're always checking our base. Always checking our base. Fix our natural. It's over by 1.
Ready for dust off.
This base is over by 7. Fix that.
Job, huh?
Make a bunch of marines. Now look at our supply. Now it's suddenly we're about the supply block.
Not enough minerals.
Yo, Bonacci Versace, thank you very
Not
much
enough minerals.
for the super sub pack of 20 subs. Oh my god. Vibu gift in the chat. Vibu gift in the chat, guys. Holy shit. Thank you very much, Bonacci Versace.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, dude.
SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted.
SCV ready.
Let's transfer a bunch of SCVs.
Yeah.
Grab like 16, because that's how much is going to fully saturate a base. We're good to go. And we're at 84.
Mess.
Okay, we found a base of Zerg. Let's go ahead and drop.
Oh, yeah.
Armed and ready. SCV ready.
Oh,
Let's drop some mules in this base.
yeah.
Gangway coming through. This better be good.
Thank you, Burry, for the 100 biddies. Burry as well.
Oh,
Okay, well, we're maxed out, guys, and we now know the Zerg has the furthest base the Zerg out. The furthest base out the Zerg has is this base right here. So let's go ahead. We're now basically maxed out.
Upgrade complete.
Let's grab our army
You gonna give me
and let's A move right here. A move right in this area.
Yeah.
Am I worrying about unsieging my tanks right now or anything like that? No, I'm
Mineral
not.
field depleted.
Because if he counterattacks me, it's going to help a lot that they're there. Make another command center. Transfer some SCVs off this base. Go down here. Let's actually, while we're doing this, let's have our SCVs build really fast. Let's build a starport, factory, racks, 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 racks. Okay, nice. Let's build a few more racks over here. Racks, racks,
Oh,
racks.
yeah.
Couple more racks in here. Racks, racks. Shift, rally the mineral line. And now we have a bunch of buildings being made. Now let's go back to our army really fast. And let's just go ahead and A-move his third base and Stimpak right now. A-move Stimpak. So we're initiating an attack.
Yeah.
Grab all these racks we just made. Add them into our control group. We're missing the factory we made, so let's try and remake that really fast. Make this a planetary. SCV count still solid. Production-wise,
Oh, yeah.
it looks like we're pretty solid. There we go. Yeah, we have 21 buildings. We hit the mark. We're good to go. We're in between 20 to 24. Rally all my boys. Rally all my boys in the middle of my base.
Oh,
Now behind this, we could be like 4 tech labs on the racks. We can make a reactor on the starport. We can make the reactor on the factory, and then make all reactors on the rest of the racks. We could lift this command center off and take another base. We could take our SCV and we can either build another one here. We could build one over here. Whatever, really.
Add-on complete.
We could make sure we hit the opponent's base. And then the next thing we would do is also take our army and move the next base on Stimpak. That is the next thing we would do.
Oh, yeah.
So check it out. So the game so far is somewhat even, right? Worker counts looking pretty close together. Supply looking pretty close together. But again, if you fully saturate a base, guys, what is the rule I always tell you? We need to expand again when you saturate your base, right? If you don't fucking expand again... So, because again, look at how close this is. He's ahead by 1 supply. He is ahead by 1 supply. The game is very close right now. Super close. But if he doesn't expand... If you don't expand in this game, you will run out of gas really fast and you will die. So he's not choosing to expand. He's choosing to attack instead.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, look at the attack, right? So again, supplies are still somewhat... We're starting to take a bit of a lead now, though. Now suddenly we're ahead by about 10 supply. He's getting ready for the attack. Okay, he actually just caught up. Right before the attack, he made another wave of stuff. So he caught up. What did he make in terms of production? He made roaches and lings. So he's going really all in right now. He's basically doing a massive 2-base aggressive attack, and now he's finally taking a third base much later. But here's the problem with this, is now if you look at the economy, now we're starting to really crush the economy a bit. We were about tied a second ago. Supplies are also tied. But if you don't micro like a boss and you put yourself in this position, for this again, for this attack to be effective, okay, what does this attack need to accomplish to be an effective attack? It needs to do 2 things. Number 1, it needs to kill my 3rd command center, because he doesn't have a 3rd base. It's just starting, so he needs my 3rd command center to be dead.
Hype.
Yo, Burry, thank you very much for those hype bits, and also massive shout out Bonacci Versace again to you for the 20 pack of gifted subs, dude. Oh my god, I just smudged my glasses. Bonacci Versace, thank you very much, dude, for the 20 pack. You're a boss. Much love. So, our opponent has, a 3rd base just starting. Ours is already done, and it's an orbital. And our opponent is down by 8 workers. Vice versa, we're up by 8 workers, right? We have more economy. We have more setup for future economy. So for this attack to be considered effective, to just break even, he would need to reset my 3rd, so I would have to start it over again, and he would need to kill about 8 workers to balance the economy portion of this game out. And here's the thing about how this is going, right? Tanks are really good. Tank placement's also really good because these tanks are out of range of getting attacked by roaches. And now here's what the attack looks like. Have a good night, Vibe. Educate everyone. Thank you very much, Bonacci Versace. Appreciate you again, dude. Have a great night yourself. You're a fucking boss, dude. Thank you, man. So here's what the attack looks like. He's killing a depot, right? Now he's trying to break in after he kills the depot. And all the roaches are dead. He lost 2,000. We lost 250. This is the power of tanks. Tanks don't give a shit, dude. They're just like, oh, you want to attack me? You're dead. This is why I tell you to build tanks in this build. It's super fucking strong. So we lost a depot and 3 Marines. That's legit what we just lost. And now look at what's happening. Again, are we microing this? No, we're not microing this. Are we microing this? No, we're not microing that either. I'm not target firing my tanks in the center of the clump or anything like that. I'm not doing any of that. I am just macroing. And look at what's happening here at the back of this. At the back end of the attack that was just coincidentally happening, because our attack moves out first. It's just further away from the base than his is. We go right now. Our attack is already initiated. We're going to drop here. His attack is initiated, and we don't even see it yet. We don't even know he's attacking us yet. It was just coincidence. And look at what ours does. This is a scout. We're using this for scout, and suddenly... we are fucking murdering drones like crazy right now. Now we're killing some roaches. Now our Marines are gonna die eventually. And then at the end of that, we killed 11 drones. That's fucking insane. Now look at the economy. Now it's so in favor of us, right? Now that's the point right there. I would say that's the moment where, genuinely speaking, at a higher level, the game is already over at this point. It can still continue, but the Zerg would be so far behind now that he probably will get bullied to death from this point on. He'll never win against a Terran who will contain him from now on. Because again, if you're ahead and you know how to keep a Zerg behind all game, which we'll talk more about these kinds of things later on. These are definitely the topics that are more above our league again. But the concept is, this already like spells the game here most of the time at higher level. So, and the big reason why is because it's double negative. Our opponent, if you have like one negative, you can kind of bounce back sometimes, but if it's like a double negative, you're kind of fucked. What was the double negative? Our opponent was already behind in workers because he went for an attack, and the attack failed. Then our opponent then also lost workers. It's a double negative, which is why his drone count is now half of mine at 7 minutes in the game. It's brutal. And now if we just fast forward on ×8, this is why now we're going to max out when the Zerg only hits like 110 or 120 supply. We're going to maintain this humongous supply lead.
Showing up to work even when you feel lousy, props dude, a true professional.
No worries, dude. Thank you, Peek and Duck. Appreciate the bits, man. Much love. And I do have a bit of headache today, but it's okay. We're pushing through. I'm going to finish this Terran video. Much love, though, man. Thank you. And then now, right? So now we're maxed out, and we just push. And as it always has been going before, it's just going to be a steamroll. We're going to have so much versus so little. So he's pulling a bunch of roaches over here. But our army is enormous. Our army is fucking huge. And it's still coming. Nice. 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 So there you go, guys. That was just an example of, you know, someone failing an aggressive attack, and then also just by chance, like even if they fail an aggressive attack, that's already like you're already behind from that. Oh my god, look at this guy's name, Poo Ass. I like this avatar as well. It's like a grandpa.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready. What's going on? You're the boss. Yes, sir. SCV ready.
Poo Ass.
Job, huh?
What a guy.
Yeah.
Additional supply.
And you want to know what's funny, though? You want to know what's funny? Like, I'm sure a lot of people probably aren't thinking this, and I might be wrong as well, but I have a feeling right now this is a Smurf, and we're getting sniped right now by somebody. I have a feeling, because I just feel like somebody who would make their name Poo Ass. It's just, it's already going down the path of trolling. And, I mean, I'm not already assuming that it is someone sniping me. Maybe it's just someone who thinks the name's funny. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's a subtle sign that I'm feeling it now. My spider senses are tingling, and I feel like we're getting sniped right now. That kind of thing. We'll see.
SCV ready.
Okay, so again, it's a Terran versus Terran. Same shit as always. We're gonna scout the natural.
Bad news.
We're gonna come back and scout our natural, or like re-rather. We're gonna scout his natural, and we're gonna then rally our fucking SCV, Jesus, back to our mineral line to then mine minerals from the natural.
Scared me.
Not enough minerals.
Let's go ahead and build a depot.
Huh? Yo. You want a piece of me, boy? I can't build here.
Command center upgrade complete.
Okay, it doesn't have a natural, guys. So what are we gonna do? Bunker.
This better be good.
Bunker. We're gonna make a
Not enough
bunker.
minerals.
Let's make a reactor as well because we made the factory. Thank you, Burry, for the bits.
Keep you gameplay moist with the vibrators.
Yeah.
Been waiting
Hell yeah, that's sexy.
by the number.
All right, let's go ahead and build a bunker right here
Ready.
with our scouting SCV.
Job, huh?
Let's put our Marines back a little bit. That way, in case he shows up with a proxy and a bunch of units start attacking me, I can just abandon the natural, put a bunker in the main, and raise the wall. And just let these guys die outside. Be like, sorry, SCVs, you did a great job, but your watch has ended. Okay, let's go ahead and make our second gas as we make our tech lab on our factory, and we'll start our next racks. Okay, now we don't have to worry about abandoning the natural because the bunker is done, so chances are it's going to survive. Let's go ahead and make tanks.
Command center
Keep
upgrade
making Marines.
complete.
Start making depots to wall off our natural.
We could use some help here.
Load our bunker up with 4 Marines. Keep making our depots. Make us tech lab on that racks. Let's put our tank up on the high ground right here, close to the depot. Raise the depot so we don't block the depot. That way when we siege, we can still lower and raise it, and it's not a problem. You don't want to have it lowered when you make your tank siege, because if it is lowered, like this, for instance, if I'm like, let's siege my tank right here, and I go like that,
Complete.
now it's like, can't raise my depot. And sometimes we might need to raise that depot if we're getting like flooded by something. So raise it, siege our tank next to it, lower it, and now we're good to go. We can always raise it again. Make our starport. Make another depot. Let's siege another tank down here. We'll do the last tank like right there. Let's make another depot because we actually talked for a little bit there and we're actually a little bit behind now on depots.
Roger. What's going on?
Start stim pack. Let's make another depot.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Kathuya, thank you for the prime. Thank you, thank you. Much love, dude. Let's go and start another command center. We can do it with this SCV here that built the starport because it's done. Build a command center right now. Okay, good shit. Let's move our Marines for a second so we can siege our tank right there. And siege our tank like maybe like near the bunker. So it's, again, we don't want to block the ramp with it. So siege it like right here. That'd be great. It still leaves us room to where the ramp's not just blocked now. Now let's build our gases and our engineering base. Let's build some more depots. We can cover some of the fog in our base. This is definitely a good thing to do as well if you think your opponent's one base owning you potentially, because it gives you more of a warning when shit comes into your base. Yeah, we're making medevacs, we're making Marines, we're going to start our upgrades, saturating our gases at our natural. We're still producing everything off of 4.5 except for the factory, because we're not making tanks anymore because we're not using tanks yet. We're not good enough yet this game yet for that. We're just worrying about making a few for the defensive purposes. And now, look, he's attacking us. That's a big drop. So if he's going to bypass my entire wall, let's do this. Unsiege my entire tank army. Let's come back to the main base right now. Keep making units. Let's now A-move the situation right there. A-move it. Keep making SCVs. Make another gas.
Research.
Let's build those two depots that just died. So, in bronze, I didn't really... also, earlier in silver, we didn't really unsiege our tanks at all. We just always left them there forever. But because this guy just did that, I kind of needed to use my tanks because that's pretty aggressive, right? So now let's go ahead and re-siege my tank. Let's re-siege your tank. And let's re-siege your tank. Now they're back in position. Now we're actually starting to pay a little bit more attention as well to like our base and stuff like that. Over time, we're getting a little bit better about base management. Let's go ahead and take our third base now. We can start a fourth base as well at the same time. Transfer some SCVs to that third. And let's take some more racks as well while we're at it. Maybe like 4. We're good to go. Nice. Let's also start engineering bay, or our armory for our engineering bay upgrades to go to 2-2. All about the build, guys. It's all about our build, not our opponents. Who cares what he's doing? It's not the biggest deal. Let's make a couple more depots because we're going to block soon. Keep producing. And now let's go ahead and let's go for a scout now. Load up a medevac. We'll go bottom side first. Click, 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 click. We're checking all these. We're flying over all the mineral lines, seeing if we see buildings from the other guy, the opponent. Let's take our gases here. Add these barracks to our oh, we already did. They're already in our control group. That's good. Nice. Make a couple more depots. Turn all these into reactors. We have not seen a building yet on the bottom left side, so we know he's not hiding bases on us yet.
Research complete.
Okay, let's lift this off and take another command center with it. Take another command center. So now all my extra SCVs are now going to go to the fourth base. We're currently at 74 SCVs. We're almost done. We're getting really close to finishing. Add these command centers into our command center control group. So we're on 3 now to go to 5. And there's no bases. So now let's boost our medevac into the mineral line, drop behind it, and whatever happens, happens.
Add-on complete.
Make Marines. Let's get 2-2.
Upgrade complete.
Let's get level 1 weapons. Because again, upgrades are completing.
Mineral field.
So we're going to go do that. Now let's go ahead and send SCVs to the third. We'll take 2 here, take 2 off, and go here with the rest. Rally point all my command centers to this base. How many SCVs do we still need? We need 5 more. We're just about there. Make a couple more depots. Make some medevacs. Let's go ahead and grab 1 SCV and mine these minerals. That way I can get rid of this wall here to then take this base next, because it's the next closest base to my bases. And we can take this base and take that base with it. So we can lift off, build a new command center, have this land over there. 4 or 5. SCVs are done. Marines need to be made.
Not enough minerals.
We can drop some mules here as well while we're at it, because we don't have any minerals. So think about what makes minerals. Drop some mules. Nice, we just dropped a ton of money. Now let's load up another medevac and let's hit the other side.
Waiting on you.
Scout every base on the right side of the map right now, and we'll drop the furthest out base we see. And if there are no bases, we'll drop whatever's closest to us, not him. We're not just gonna always go to the main. The only reason why we went to the main last time is because there was no third and there was nothing on the other side of the map. So the main's closer than the natural, if the natural exists. Now I'll send all these oversaturated SCVs
Field depleted.
to this base right here. Oh, okay, we're getting attacked. Also, it's by air, right? He's hitting me with a lot of air. So what can I do now? Let's take my army. They move towards it. And then start making Thors. Keep making Marines. Don't stop making units. Okay, we're engaging the fight right now, so let's go ahead and snip back my army. We can scan once, only because we just saw a lot of Banshees and those things can cloak. And are we going to watch the fight? No, we're going to go back to our base. Produce. Produce. Make SCVs because SCVs died. I'm tapped out, but I got a lot of money, so what do? Factory. Starport. Racks. 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 Racks.
Mineral field depleted.
Make more racks. 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 Make a few more racks. Racks.
Upgrade complete.
Racks.
Mineral field.
I just made a bunch. I didn't count it. Lift off this command center. Okay, we're still dealing with shit. So let's scan one more time. Okay. And then now, because he's going air units, let's go ahead and start making turrets.
Under attack.
We can also get 3/3 upgrades. Get an upgrade. Let's get turrets. Let's get turrets.
Mineral
Let's
field
get turrets.
depleted.
Oh my god, we're taking a lot of damage here. So, A move my army there. We can stim pack. And let's try to make a turret. Okay, he's flying around. So, A move towards where it is now.
Mineral field.
Make a tech lab on that. Make a reactor on this. Grab all these racks we just made. Okay, now he's going into the main. Here's another cool trick we can do, okay? I'm gonna teach you guys one more unit right now because of people who play like this, because this seems to be really common. Keep making SCVs. That is also the goal, right?
Add-on.
Let's also expand again, because we're gonna saturate our bases fully in a second
Is under
here.
attack.
Can drop some mules here. But if you deal with people who play like this, where they're just like, hey, 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 battle cruisers fire on your base, hey, hey, hey. Grab your fucking starport and start making some Vikings.
Base
Just make
is under
Vikings. You'll thank
attack.
me later. Okay, he's flying over here again. Let's go A move this way again. And now also let's make another turret. Let's make 4 tech labs.
Base
And let's make all reactors. There's one Rex that can't make a reactor for some reason. Oh, it's that one right there because Marines are in the way. And now he's going this way. A move that way.
upgrade complete.
Let's make a turret.
Our SCVs are under attack. Add-on complete.
Stim pack my army. A move that way. Keep making Marines.
Mineral
Am I tunnel visioning the mic right now? No, I'm tunnel visioning the macro. Macro. I'm just going. Oh, the BCs are going now this base. A move towards it. Whatever happens, happens. SCVs, keep mining. How many SCVs do we have? 75? We just took another base. Make SCVs for it. It's annoying, right? You're like, God vibe. Terrans are annoying, dude. I'm like, yep, I know.
base is under
A
attack.
move the next base. A move. We're going to out macro this situation. Let's make another turret. Make a Thor. Make some Vikings. Now he's in the main base. A move. Stim pack.
Our
SCV count.
SCVs
Currently
are
still at 85. Make a turret. Let's expand again.
Bad news.
Let's drop some mules while we're at it.
not enough energy.
Make this a planetary.
SCV ready.
Keep macroing.
Unacceptable command.
A move the main base.
Complete.
Took my bases. This base needs a turret. Also needs 2 more on that gas. This base needs repairing. Repair it. This base is good now. This base is oversaturated. Fix it. This base needs some SCVs. Send the oversaturation to this base. Make a turret, and we're good.
Mineral field depleted.
And look, we just dealt with BCs. We just dealt with BCs by simply fucking attacking repeatedly. Now, we already scouted the left side of the map. Let's take our army and let's go to the right side. A move here first. Like, A move right outside it, and we're going to check the whole right side of the map first.
Upgrade complete.
Let's also scan this one just to make sure he doesn't have it. Oh, he has it. So now let's go here. Okay. Let's now go here. SCV count, 78. We need more. 84. We need 1 more. Let's get 3. We already have 3-3. Let's get building armor and range. Let's get level 3 weapons for our ground units. Let's get rid of this bunker because it's just a traffic jam. Let's also lower these depots because it's also more traffic jam. We don't want that. And now let's go ahead and group my army up. And let's A move into this base. Stim pack. There's nothing there. Cool. So now let's group my army up. Let's A move this next base. Get my army together. Stim pack. The next base. Okay, there's nothing there. So my opponent was legit just trying to hide a base on us up here. Okay, here he is. Now he's here. Let's do it one more time. A move, stim pack, because we want to stim pack either when we initiate whenever we initiate a fight. Initiate when we go to a base, or initiate when we go into his army. One or the other. And then there you go. Now he's dead. So if we go back and watch the replay again, really fast, we should see how it goes and why did we win this game? Because efficiency. Again, nothing's really happened yet, right? He lost 1 Hellion. So far he's lost 1 Hellion and he's already down by 30 supply. Not ideal. Now he's doing the tank medevac marine drop, right? This is annoying again. I just lost 4 SCVs. Overall, I lost about the same as him at this point. We've lost very similar amounts of money. I've lost a little bit more than he has, but yet I'm already almost doubling his supply because we're mining so much more than he is. I have 57. I have not killed any of his SCVs. He's only killed 4 of mine, and I have 35 more SCVs than he does right now. Why is that happening? Because my opponent did a build that prioritized tech over economy, and we did a build that prioritized economy over tech. And if you ever do a build that does tech over economy, you need to basically kill your opponent, not just poke 4 SCVs. That's why those builds come later, not now, because again we can't handle it, right? It's too much. It's fucking intense. Now here's our first drop. What does this drop do? We're scouting the map. We see nothing, so we drop in the main base. And this drop gets in the base, and this drop does what? And keep in mind, it's already 75 SCVs to 30. This drop dies to a missile turret, but these Marines that got out before it died start killing a bunch of SCVs, and now it's 77 SCVs to 25. Now 24. And is he making SCVs during the process? The answer is no, he's not. Am I? At the moment, no, I'm not. Now I am. Is he? Yeah, he is too. He's not making one of them though. But the economy is nuts, right? Look at that fucking economy, guys. This is why I'm doubling his supply right now. And now our opponent goes for like this weird army of half air, half ground. It's very, very crazy. It's a lot of Banshees mixed with a lot of Marine tank. But again, is it really a lot though? Because it has to go up against an army that is 174 supply with only 90. So that's scary. Our army is quite large and in charge. Sorry, I kind of like... Also, I know some of you are probably shitting your pants by the fact that we have a medevac full of Marines here that was going to drop his base, but we ended up selecting our army to come back, and we left this medevac full of Marines the entire game. It's okay. That's not the priority right now. Now, obviously, if you have the foresight to go, oh yeah, I still have medevac, I see that full medevac right there. It's not grayed out like these are. It's legit fully highlighted, which means it's full of Marines. You could drop those out and have 8 more Marines actually fighting, and not have a 10 supply unit. That's like it's 2 supply unit that has 8 supply just doing nothing inside of it. So you could fix that, but again, is that the priority right now? No, we're not microing. I wanted to drop his base, but we ended up getting distracted because he attacked us first. It's always going to happen that way. Whenever you get attacked in these leagues, you always get massively distracted. But does it matter? It doesn't matter at all, because 8 supply of Marines isn't going to make or break the fight here. We have 100 more supply than him. And now we're quadrupling his supply because we macroed during the fight, and our opponent didn't really build much during the fight. But we macroed during the fight for everything. And now Banshees are left over because the scan ended, and he's just roasting my Marines, right? But I want to take this base, so eventually we're going to scan it and kill him. And look, they're not even really dying because I have so many medevacs. Like, I don't even care. And now finally we want to build a command center here, so I'm macroing. And I go, oh, there's Banshees attacking me here? Okay, let's go ahead and scan that again. And insta-dead on all 3 of them. And we're good to go. Now he's teleporting battlecruisers in my base. And what do we do here? This is when I'm still macroing. I'm setting up my base more and more and more. And these BCs roast a bunch of SCVs. They just kill a whole mineral line. Feels bad, right? You're like, oh god. How many SCVs have we lost now? Now I've lost 29. I have now lost 29 SCVs, but I still have 71 to 31. So we're fine. And I'm making them constantly as we lose them. I'm still producing SCVs. And now he does this whole like fly over the base shit where now if your opponent wants to abuse cliffs and like open terrain and your Thor and Marine always fall behind, if you just make Vikings, you'll own people who play like this. And you don't have to even make a lot. Just make like 8 Viking. And now look at the Viking. So check out what the Vikings are doing, right? Here they are. So he's flying over my base. And now the Vikings have finally arrived. And we only have 2, granted. We're going to keep making a little bit more. We're not going to stop at 2. We'll make like 8, 10, something around there. Not going to make like 30. Just like 8 or 10. Like try to make only some. And now look at the Viking. They're just shooting and doing tons of damage to these BCs. My Vikings die because he kills them with his BCs. He keeps flying over my base. And now more Vikings spawn. Another BC dies. BC has to teleport or it would have died. Another BC dies. Another BC dies. Like, these Vikings just go, get the fuck out of my base. Like, they eliminate the problem super fast. And we had 7 Vikings. We made 2 initially, and they both died, and then we made another 5 that are still alive, because none of the other Vikings really died. Maybe we made 8, but yeah, it was like 7 or 8. I might have lost a third one here that I didn't realize. But yeah, it wasn't a lot. We did not make like 25 Vikings. So when I say make Vikings, as a server player, you might think, oh, it means make mass Vikings, make 10 starports and all Vikings. No. We made our second starport. We made a reactor on it. So we have 2 starport reactor. That's all we have. Look at my buildings. For red, which is us, we have 2 starports. That's it. And they both have reactors on them. And we just made 4 Vikings at a time. Get 2 rounds of Vikings and you've dealt with the problem, essentially. Which is only 1 minute of time, because it's 30 seconds per Viking. So 4 Viking, 8 Viking, because you make 2 at a time per starport. So 4 at a time overall. Hopefully that makes sense, because the reactor makes you double production. And then now we're looking for bases, and look at the supply. It's maxed out versus only 80. What's the income look like? 85 versus 31? It's looking brutal. And there's just not enough. There just isn't enough for blue, so he dead. He dead. Nassy. Ugh. Wait. You'd be surprised how many Terrans only make planetaries? Oh, I know. Almost every Terran I play against in Silver League and Bronze League so far makes PFs at like every base. Don't do that, guys. Make orbital commands at your first 3 bases. It's a big increase in your economy. And then every base after that, make a planetary. And you want to know why you shouldn't feel intimidated by not having planetaries? Because you have tanks that cover your weakness, and you have way more money to mine because you have orbitals instead of planetaries.
SCV ready.
What did he say? Not vibe, come on.
Not enough minerals.
It's all good, dude. You got this. I'm your friend. I'm your friend, man. Also, did I just play Pooh Ass last game? Was that who that was? He definitely wasn't a Smurf.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Vibe, can you show his camera when you scanned the CC in top right? I already know that when you can guys, in this game, when someone scans, when your opponent scans, you can hear like you can hear the fucking, that was a horrible scan sound effect, but you can hear it. So I'm sure when he heard it, he looked at what was over there, or he was already looking there at the moment and he saw it get scanned and he went, oh fuck, okay, well this is gonna die. So then he just canceled it. He knew I saw that. He canceled it because you can see the scan. So it's, if we watched it, we would just watch him see the scan and then he would cancel it.
Not enough minerals.
Also, I have stream delay, so I didn't see that until like 3 minutes later. Why do I have stream delay? To avoid getting sniped as much as possible, because it just makes the series take forever. If I have to fight people with gold level or like silver level mentality that are like in masters or diamond, because they're just wanting to troll the series. Okay, what race is this?
Command
Protoss.
center upgrade complete.
Okay. We mine his natural, shift click our natural. Let's make our factory. Let's go and make our reactor. Let's start making depots. This guy sounds like a fan. I so far I don't think this guy's smurfing. I don't know. I mean you never fucking know, dude. You never know. People do it all like a lot, which is why I'm using delay. People do it fucking all the time. Like if I didn't have delay on, I feel like every other game I would play would be a snipe. It's nuts.
Command center upgrade. Not enough minerals. Add-on complete.
Okay. Start making a tank. Let's keep making marines. Let's make another gas because our factory's done.
Not enough.
Alright, next we're gonna be back in SC2 after 7 years. Oh, no worries, dude. Hell yeah, I'm happy to hear it. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome back to the game.
SCV ready. Gangway coming through.
Did I just hear a scan? No.
Fueled up, ready to go. SCV ready.
Transfer my SCVs to proper bases. Get a tech lab on that bad boy. Let's also get our tank siege properly. Let's wall off this wall here with depots. Keep making SCVs. Keep making marines. Raise the depot. Put our tank up here. Siege it. And now the depot can raise and lower all day. Start our starport.
SCV ready.
Keep making SCVs, boys.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Get our SCV inside.
SCV ready.
Don't let him just sit out there. Get him mining. Get a tank over here. Siege it with the ideal situation of fog of war being siege range. That's pretty good.
SCV ready. Armed and ready. SCV ready.
Okay, let's keep making depots. Again, sometimes the wall is easier to wall off because it's smaller. So this time it only took 4 instead of like 6 or something. So don't forget to keep making depots. We don't want a supply block.
Who wants some?
Insufficient Vespine
Let's get
gas.
Stimpak going.
SCV ready.
Let's get our 3rd command center going.
SCV ready. Bad news. SCV ready.
And now we got all of our tanks. Let's siege this last tank like right here off the side of the ramp. Good vision for fog of war. And now we have amazing defense on this doorway. If he attacks us in the doorway, good luck to him. He's going to get destroyed. Let's take our gases out of our natural. Let's take a couple more depots as well.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Let's take our engineering base.
Roger. SCV ready. This better be good.
Vibe, what is that point of sniping? It's for attention. People do it because they want to have fun and sniping the series. For some people, it's because they want to be in the video, and then they don't realize that like I'm fucking playing silver at silver, and they play, they play me in like at like fucking masters or something, or like diamond, and they play me at silver. They go full tryhard just to see if they can beat me, and I'm not playing GM level here. I'm playing fucking silver level, in my opinion. Right? People get confused about that concept, or they do it because they want to ruin the series, because they're like, I like being toxic and ruining things. It's fine. It's just how it usually goes.
Mineral field
Yeah.
depleted.
Okay, so we're scouting the right side of the map,
Go, go, go.
but this guy seems pretty wholesome. Okay, so
Research
far
complete.
he seems pretty wholesome, guys. I have nothing against this guy. Let's go ahead and start our armory because 1-1 upgrades are getting closer to. They're almost halfway. Definitely want to start that armory soon so we can make sure we can still rotate upgrades to 2-2. Our money's getting pretty high, so let's start some more barracks. Racks.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, let's take our 3rd base. And we can even take another command center while we do it, because this base is going to saturate really fast. We're super oversaturated on the natural. And look, we found a base.
Oh,
Right? Let's boost into his 3rd base. Drop it right there. Drop it like it's hot at his 3rd.
Thank you for a great series. Scan sound, bup, bloop, I don't know. I've been drinking, best I could do.
Yo, Orden, thank you very much for the 7-month resub, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support.
It's your time.
Ready for dust off.
SCV ready. SCV
Let's
ready.
make a couple more depots. Keep doing 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. Let's make all these other racks we just made into reactors. Because we need them. Let's do another medevac drop now. Other side of the map.
Heading out.
SCV ready.
Other side of the map this time, guys.
Bad news.
Upgrade complete.
Get 2-2.
Research complete.
SCV ready.
Ready for dust off.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Take another command center. Look, we found a base. Drop it. Again, the whole point of that. Okay, so check this out. If your SCV gets stuck, lift it up, land it. Now your SCV's not stuck anymore. Huzzah!
Roses are
Magician.
red, violets are blue. There. Some cheers to support Vibu.
Thank you, dude. Thank you very much, dude. Okay, let's go ahead and transfer some SCVs now away to this new base. SCV count's currently almost done. It's 77 right now. 77 SCVs, now 80. We're getting real close to the full saturation, guys.
Depleted.
We're getting real close. Super close. Okay, we're going to transfer SCVs now to this base, which is going to be up soon because this base is now fully saturated.
This better be good.
Okay, let's drop some mules on it as well while we're at it so we can make some more money.
Go, go, go.
So this base right here is giving us so much fucking income. It's insane.
Upgrade.
So much money from that base.
Command
Get a weapon upgrade on our armory. 2-2's almost done.
Depleted.
Transfer SCVs that need to be transferred. And lift and land this command center over to this base. Then we can take... Let's just build another command center at the base. Whatever. Fuck it. Now we're about maxed, guys. We're about to max out. And we also know our opponent is expanding along the bottom side of the map because that just happened.
Mineral field depleted.
Let's transfer some SCVs. SCVs are done now.
You want a piece of me, boy?
We're done making SCVs, guys.
Is under attack.
Okay, we're getting attacked.
SCVs
He's doing what it looks like B2GM is. Okay, so let's go ahead and A move.
Upgrade complete.
Okay. So now we're gonna go on the bottom side. We're gonna go along the bottom side because that's the side that had the furthest spaces. Okay, he's here, so we're gonna stim back. And now we're going to build racks, 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 racks. Shift click the mineral line, make some more racks, racks, racks. Shift click the mineral line, make a factory, a starport. Shift click the mineral line, and now, what does our production look like? We're at 21. Great. Take my army again, and let's go, go, go. Let's hit the bottom side of the map. How's SCV count looking like? 84. We need one more. Take that right there.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay, let's hit this base, guys. Right here. Let's group my army up and hit this base. We're going to hit it and stim pack it right now. Stim pack for go, go, go. Okay, let's go ahead and get our add-ons on our buildings. Let's get 4 tech labs so we can go into Marauder production with everything else. We're going to get a reactor on the factory. We got a reactor on the starport and all reactors on the rest of our racks. Let's take another command center over here. And now we're going to go Marauders, Marines,
Upgrade.
Hellbats,
Add-on
Medevacs.
complete.
We haven't seen any air yet, so we're not making Thors. We're just going to use Hellbats just to add a buffer to our army. And now we can add in Smart Servos and Blue Flame. The upgrades for the Hellbat. Fix our economy again. Look at it. Fix it.
Complete.
Fix it. It's good. It's good. It's good. This base can use some more. Good stuff. Okay, let's take my army now.
Add-on.
I was going to step back here, but I mean, he's right here now, so I guess we can step back it right now there and call it a day.
Add-on.
Keep making medevacs.
Ready for dust off.
Rally point everything we have into the center of our base. Maybe get our Marauder upgrade as well. Is everything looking good? Bases are still good. This needs to be repaired. Make that a planetary though. This base needs to also be a planetary. Add it into our control group of making SCVs. Mineral fields depleted. Let's send some over here now. And our army is now grouped up. So let's do it again. Third base. A move, Stim pack. Go, go, go.
Ready for dust off.
We could use some help here.
Theory 3 is almost done. We can start just getting the other upgrades right behind it. So as soon as that's done, these are automatically going to start after. We have the money for it. Look at my supply. Let's remax. Marauders. Marines.
We could use some help here.
Research. Command center upgrade.
Make
complete.
medevacs whenever we can. Our army's not really dying, so it's doing a great job.
We are at maximum supply.
Transfer some SCVs.
Research complete.
GG. Yeah, that guy was super nice. He was wholesome. He was wholesome, dude. This guy's definitely doing vibes Protoss B2GM build. 100%. Yeah, I know. You can tell by the stalkers going out. That's sick. Yeah, no. I mean, look at this. Let's watch it then. Let's see if a silver player, like we have fucking identical APM right here. Let's see how our silver opponent here fared with our build-up of our economy. Let's see how he fared with it. This is a good example, right? This is actually watching somebody else do B2GM while we do B2GM. Let's look at economy. He's actually beating me in economy. Let's look at supply. He's actually beating me in supply. Let's see if it keeps that way. 2 gateway robo. Yeah, he's fucking totally beat. Yo, hell yeah, Wave. Fuck yeah. Way to rep B2GM, dude. More SCVs. Supply is now going down a little bit, but it's okay. But now he's recovering. Supply is caught up again. He's got more probes than I have SCVs. Look at his probe count, guys. This is the shit right here. See, like I'm playing someone in this league. If this is you watching this and you're like, this is not doable in silver, this fucking dude's doing it. He's fucking doing it, man. He's got more supply than me by 20 right now. He's beating the quota. And then this drop right here. How'd the drop do? Right? How'd the drop do? So again, this is a scout, right? It's just a scout. If he had Colossus, he would have won. Let me pause it right there and say, let me answer that really fast. I disagree with that. I disagree. So I will say Colossus are definitely good against Marines. They're definitely good against Marines. But you're assuming that I am going, like, again, that comment right there is the exact mindset that I'm trying to break you guys in the habit of thinking about how to play StarCraft. I had the ability to make Marauders. I have the ability to make Vikings if I have to, but again, we're not getting too crazy. We're not getting too fucking crazy with compositional scouting right now. We're always by default adding Marauders into our army at the end of the game, right? So if our opponent would have went Colossus, yes, they're good against Marines, but they're not the greatest against Marauders. And if my opponent falls behind in macro and only has, let's say he has like, after the first fight, he doesn't remax and I do because I'm fully focused on macroing and he's trying to just attack me with Colossus or something, there's a good chance Marauders are going to run his ass over. So it's one of those things, right, where don't get so caught up in the moment of the first army decides the game. At higher level play, yeah, it does have a lot more emphasis on it. But for now, not as much. Not as much. So what's up, Pig? What's up, dude? Sorry, I have a lot of stream delay on to avoid getting sniped all day. So if you're still here by the time I say this, you're going to be like, damn. He said that a while ago. So that's why I also typed it in chat. But yeah, the run's going pretty good. You know, trying to convince everyone that macro is good in low league and everyone questions it all the time. It's all good. No, but what's up, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. So again, guys, are we microing this? No, it's our scouting drop, right? And it's actually doing a decent job. We're distracting him with it, and we found out where his bases are located. We know there's no bases anywhere in the top right, so we're not letting this guy proxy bases on us. And our drop managed to actually kill, without micro, 9 probes, and then it dies, which overall is not that bad of a trade for us. It's not that bad. It's fine. It's not like, wow, that is done the best it could ever have been. Because, yes, we could have loaded it. We could have moved it off. Done other shit like that. But it worked out, right? I mean, it works out because, I mean, again, we scout and now we know where the bases are. Now we're doing the same thing on the left side because we're now checking the other side of the map. And what do we see with this? So keep in mind, once again, even though we just killed 9 workers, Protoss is still ahead of us by 9. He's still ahead of us by 9, guys. This guy's a B2GM guru. He's a B2GM guru. This dude's fucking crushing. And now we have the next drop in the base. And it actually cancels the Nexus and kills the probe. Not a bad trade. It dies now horribly to all the units that come here. But definitely not a bad trade. We're disrupting our opponent. And now that we've disrupted him a bit, now suddenly we've caught up in workers and we're getting close now in supply. And finally, the attack happens, and this dude maxes as fast as we do. He's literally either actually a little bit ahead of me, or he's keeping up with me the entire game. And now finally, the attack is happening. He's pushing me with this big fat army. I am not microing here. All we're doing is again, all we do is we A-move our army to an area. Right? I initially was sending my army here to A-move that direction, right? And we're gonna gather our units because we're gonna A-move his bases. Like, we're gonna Stimpak down a base. Let it happen. Go back to macroing. Fight's over. If the army's still there, Stimpak down the next base. We eventually do that after this, but we ended up running into him in the middle of the map, and it's like, your army's under attack, and there's a big blob of shit in front of my army in the middle of the map. So what do? We A-move. Not a unit. Don't ever fucking click a unit, guys. Don't ever do that. If I click the Immortal and all my units are running into trying to hit the Immortal and they're all dying on the way, that's really bad. Do not ever click the unit in these situations.
Yeah.
We A-move the ground like right there. Or like right there. Just A-move the ground because then it tells your units to go to that area and they kill everything in the vicinity. Whatever's closest, they shoot it. And that's it. So we A-move the area and we hit Stimpak once. We forget about it. And this is what the fight looks like. As it happens. This is what we missed, right? The Protoss ends up going, oh, okay, fuck that. I'm going to pull back. Half of our army sits there and does nothing. Half of our army chases on the left side. Now half my army is once again de-aggroing. And some of my units are still, they're like, I can still catch them. And then finally the units eventually de-aggro. It's all fucking AI right there. It's all AI. Did the Protoss player build a vibe-approved B2GM composition? Yeah, I think this is easy for low league Protoss. And the reason why I have it so stalker focused for now in lower leagues is because generally speaking, no one scouting is something that hurts players. I'm slowly building up people who scout. Like, you add little bits of scouting intel over time. So like all we're doing in Silver League is legit. Like Bronze League is 0 scouting. Silver League is just scout the natural and leave. And if they don't have a natural, it means we build something like a bunker or a shield battery or a spine crawler. And if they do have a natural, it means we just do the macro build as normal because we're not getting attacked. Because if the difference of, having a natural or not having a natural definitely has the chance of having more aggression happen, but that doesn't even guarantee it, especially in these leagues. But having Stalker with Immortal is a super good comp just because it can deal with people who, if you're like, oh god, he's got a lot of air, I didn't know that. Well, suddenly you have a good chance to kill it. If you have 200 supply of Stalker Immortal versus 120 supply of Banshees or of Mutalisk or whatever, you can still beat that, even if for whatever reason, if Stalkers might not be the best unit to use against the air units you're fighting against, it still can work out for you because you just have more supply and it hits air, so it's very noob friendly, I feel like. So that's why also with Bio, if I went mech, we'd have gone Thor like last time, and since we're going Bio, we're making mostly Marine. And then now we get to the base, and what do we see? We see a base. So what do? We A-move Stimpak. Where's my camera at right now? Is it watching the fight? No, I'm not watching the fight, guys. I don't give a shit. Whatever happens, if I lose this army, again, it's not about this army winning the game right now. It's about being able to remax this army every single second, and I don't have 10,000 minerals in the bank because I'm not macroing. It's about macroing everything. So it ends up going really well, though. These Marines did a great job. And yes, if you had Colossus, it would definitely be a lot more difficult for these Marines to do that good. Marines would definitely get shit on by some Colossus. That is a fact. But again, we're making Tech Lab Marauders. We have 5 Tech Lab Drax now. because once we've added in all of our production to that 20 to 24 count, because it's very friendly now to remax, even if you lose your army because you're not microing anything, we can now make 5 Marauders per cycle. So Colossus might kill this army, but now it would remax into Marauder with Marine instead of just Marine.
Add-on complete.
And then, you know, our army gathers up again, and we just do it again. And yeah, this guy did a pretty good job throughout the entire game. The only problem for him was, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Bio is pretty good against Stalkers. That is a fact. It is a fact that Bio kind of fucks Stalkers up pretty hard, but at the same time, it really just comes down to where you position, and the positioning, I would say, for us favored us heavily. And again, if we're not microing at all, this is just chance, right? It's just chance. So here's an example. This is what I mean. I'm going to show you an example. Our opponent is fighting us in an area where initially, right? You're thinking initially, well, this concave is way bigger for Protoss. Wow, that's a good concave for Protoss. But here's the problem. My concave is super fucking dense. It's smaller, but it's really dense. His concave, because Marines stack really heavily because they're small units. Stalkers are big fat units. And yeah, his concave initially is great, but this right side of the concave is so fucking thin. Like, imagine if you punch someone and that's what your fist looks like. It's like, this is the Stalker concave on the top side, the pinky, and then the big brunt of like the other Stalkers, the Sentry and the Immortal, that's like the fist. Like, this is going to get snapped off in fucking seconds, and then it's just going to be the rest of your four-finger fist with a thumb and 3 fingers on it. You get the point. So what's going to happen here is initially it starts off good for Protoss, but then these units on the right side die super fast. And now this concave suddenly starts to favor me. And he actually pulls back, though, which is, you know, a good idea, because I feel like it would have been terrible for him. And again, the reason why is because Marines stack super fucking hard. They stack super hard. But again, is this the goal? Is this what's important right now? No, it's not important. It's not what's important right now. What's important right now is making sure we have enough production to punch holes through stuff. And I would say this. Colossus is a unit. Let me just say that's final thing for the Protoss, because I know there's Protoss players out there that want to hear the Protoss perspective. The best thing the Protoss could have done here would have been what we're doing already with Protoss in B2GM, which is understanding. Remember how we talked about resource allocation? And we talked about how, like, we have more minerals. Let's make Stalkers and Immortals. We have more gas. Let's make Immortals and Archons. We have more minerals. Let's make Stalkers and Immortals. We have more gas. Let's make Immortals and Archons. Archons when you have more gas. Stalkers when you have more minerals. Immortals either way. Because Immortals are just fucking powerful units and they're really good. So if this dude had some Archons mixed in because he has so little minerals and so high gas, Archons as well as Archons as well as Colossus would have a much better chance against this army, because both of those things do AoE and they both wreck the shit out of Marines. So if there's like 10 Archons or like 8 Archons moving with the army with a bunch of Stalkers behind it, suddenly it's a much better chance to win the fight there. So having pure Stalkers is a little rough. And again, we already have now evolved our 2021 B2GM series to now add in Archons at Silver League, right? Because we're learning how to spend our money properly, so we don't have 5,000 minerals and only 5,000 gas and only 400 minerals in the bank. So Protoss players, don't be confused. Archons is the answer for now. But again, this guy did a super good job, honestly, of like just building supply. Again, that's the biggest goal, right? The biggest goal is building supply. It's just that I do think my last 2019 B2GM series, I didn't add in Archons until much later. And then now it's just, you know, it's just a bit too much and he dies. So he just got overwhelmed and died. Okay. Let's play the next fucking game, dude. We're like 3 wins away from, oh, do my promotions work again? Are they fucking working? Is the bug fixed? Do I not have to do a ghetto YouTube video promotion? Oh my, I didn't even notice if they were fixed, but I feel like they just got fixed. Blizzard pulled their head out of their ass. Yeah, for anyone who's, like for instance Pig, while you're here, I had to fucking go to my YouTube video of 2019 and watch the promotion, but mute the video, and then make my camera really big so it blocks my previous camera. But then all my overlay is like stacking over my old overlay, so it'd be like different numbers stacking on the same spot, so it looked super awkward. And then I'd have to mute the audio, so it would just be a silence of a promotion being like, thanks for watching, guys. We got promoted. Yay. It's pretty bad. But it looks like it works again, guys. We might actually have a real promotion this time. Have fun.
SCV ready.
Okay. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and build our depot. Keep building SCVs. This guy says, wait, what did he say? Good luck, Terran. Oh, he's fucking Zerg. What am I? Are you saying good luck, Terran? Like good luck, Terran player. I thought he was saying good luck, I'm Terran. That's what people. That's how the people say it in higher level when they're random. But yeah, he's Zerg, so it's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and make a gas. Keep making again 4-5, right? 4-5. Keep making Marines. Or sorry, keep checking your 4 whenever that's done. Keep checking SCVs. Always try to make an SCV, guys. The best way to get better at the game, obviously, is to make SCVs. That's the one thing holding you back the most right now. So now let's grab our SCV, building the barracks. Hold shift. Right click his mineral line at his natural. Hold shift. Right click our mineral line at our natural. And what is that going to do for us? It's going to scout his base. It's going to show us if he's expanded or if he's not expanding, and it's going to be the difference of us building a bunker or not building a bunker. Easy peasy defense, lemon squeezy. Now we're going to take our barracks and make Marine. Take our command center, make an orbital command. Take our SCV, or take our command center and re-rally, make sure we rally it to the mineral line. And take our final SCV and build our command center here.
Not enough minerals.
You can also hold shift and rally it to your mineral line. Click the command center, add it into group 5, makes 4-5 work properly. Finally, take another CV. We're going to build a depot. And the reason why we're building a depot again is because we're prioritizing unit production, so we don't want a supply block. Okay, so look, what do I see on the minimap? Do I have to look at it? Do I have to spend a lot of time figuring out what's there? No, it's not a big deal. All I need to know is that this dude has a natural, so I don't need a bunker. So I'm going to now go with my build as is without a bunker. So now let's make a factory. And when my SCV comes back to my natural, we'll start our depot wall. Start making the Great Wall of Depots. Because again, that is like the best defense we can have. It's teaching us how to wall and shit like that. And again, for players who are now just joining and don't know, how do you know your wall is walled properly? There's a grid in this game, always. There's like a grid you build on, and this game is played on a grid. And all you have to do to check if your buildings are walled properly is mouse in a line on one side of your building, and if it intersects with the other, it means it's walled properly. Every time that happens. If there's any intersection, so like for instance, that's not a wall because there's no intersecting vertically or horizontally. Now there's a horizontal intersection. Now there is a vertical intersection. So we always want to have intersecting lines that overlap one part of the building to the other. Okay, now we're going to take another gas. Keep making our 4-5 Marines and SCVs. Let's drop some mules.
Command center upgrade complete.
Is Vibe lost yet? I've lost a few times. But again, that's fine. It's
Complete.
it's all about sticking to the styles of what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Now let's transfer 2 SCVs to the natural, and let's make sure the natural's actually rallied to the mineral line. So fix that SCV as well. 5 SCV, 4 Marine, and make sure we're making tanks. Okay, we can keep making our depots. And first tank, just to play it safe in case we get all in. Remember, always put that bad boy on the high ground.
Oh,
So leave the depot up.
yeah.
Go to your spot, siege it. That way we don't block the depot from going up and down. And now we're good. Yo, thank you very much, Muta Printer, for the fucking gifted sub. And now look, guys, oh my god. We're gonna get attacked. Let's raise our depots. Keep making SCVs. Let's make another supply depot.
Our
Let's make a starport.
SCVs are under attack. Base.
We can now put our depots down because it's over. We're safe.
I can't build here.
High ground tank fucking owns. It got 12 kills. 12 fucking kills, guys. Super good. Now, second tank, we're sieging it a little bit away from the depots to keep it safe. And the goal is to put it against the line of sight vision of the depot to make it shoot max distance. Because again, a tank can actually shoot further than it can see if no buildings are giving you vision. And it just exposes your tank more. Let's go ahead and get stim pack. Let's get this SCV inside. And let's start our third command center. And why are we starting a third command center? We're fully saturated. We want to keep our economy pumping, right? And if also now that we're starting a third CC and we have a little bit of extra money again, what are we going to do next? Get more gas. And with our mineral focused build, what are we going to do now that we're getting more gas? Let's add in more gas expenses to our build like this. Engineering bay, upgrades, and now we also have the starport coming online, which is going to be again more gas expense. Okay, so keep making our units, keep making SCVs. So maybe make a couple more supply depots so we don't supply block, because again, we're going to be supply blocking here pretty soon if we don't build anything. We're always trying to stay at least like 15, maybe 20 supply free. But the supply is going to start ramping up pretty quickly again because the starport's coming online. So now look how fast it's just like supply is just catching up to it really quickly. We're already within 10. Because we just added a reactor. Because again, this actually counts for like 2 buildings with the reactor. So you got to keep that in mind. Okay. Let's build a couple more depots so we don't block. And now here comes the glorified scouts. Keep making SCVs, keep making Marines. Thank you, Nick, for the bits.
Thanks for the best SC2 tutorials available, and Apollo for wall. Please rename tutorial videos in a way easy to find / sort out. Nick78, random diamond player.
Yo, thank you very much, man. All you gotta do to find my videos is literally type this 2021 B2GM. B2GM vibe, and you'll find every one of them. Or you can literally type in Zerg GM, Terran GM, Protoss GM, and you'll get every video linked as well in my stream. Okay. So we made Medevac Scout in Group 1, and we just did every mineral line all the way up to his natural, and if we see a mineral line that exists, we're going to drop at it. And look, we see one right now, right? Look at the minimap. This is teaching us minimap awareness. Let's just go like this. 1D, click on the mineral line. Don't gotta look at it. We don't gotta look at it, guys. We don't care right now. What do we care about? Perfecting our build, right? Let's get our 4th command center. Let's get all of our keep pumping SCVs. Now let's drop some depots. And let's grab a big chunk here and go, guys, go to the 3rd base. Check my base. It's kind of fucked up, but it's because a lot of SCVs are building buildings. But so it will be good. How's this base? 2 over. Let's fix it. Send them over here. How's this base? 15 out of 16. We're already fully saturated on our 3rd the second it lands. That means we've done a great job building units the entire time up to that point. Let's go ahead and grab our armory now because our upgrades are... We kind of missed the beat on that one. Upgrades are finished way before the armory, so we definitely want to start that during the upgrades, right? And let's get our, more production rolling because again, our money's getting kind of high. The goal, again, is always maintain production out of your buildings and then add to it later. Don't just prioritize only on... don't just only prioritize on building buildings when you have no money. A good reason why you might not have money is because you just weren't building enough shit out of your buildings. So keep in mind that is a big fact of this game. It always is. But look, if you're like, well, now I'm at like 2,000 vibe. Okay, go for it. Fuck it. 1, 2, 3. Build order is not your best friend right now if you can't even do it right most of the time. Concepts of how and why you spend money is going to teach you so much more for now about what you're doing so you can actually do builds properly later on if you ever get deviated. If it's like, well, this guy attacked me early and killed shit. Can I still do the exact same build order? No, you can't. And why can you not do that? What should you prioritize? Learning how to build an economy properly, right? That's what you really should be focusing on. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some SCVs to this new base. Land this bad boy and make a planetary at it. Make a bunch of units. 4 or 5, 4 or 5. SCV count, we want 85, right? We're really close. Almost there. Okay, pull some more SCVs off. Let's take another base, because this base is getting fully saturated at this point. So grab these, make more reactors out of these. We need more depots. We blocked, boys. We fucked up. We blocked. Put a bunch of depots down. Hold shift, click the mineral line. We can even drop some call down supplies so we can just get out of this block really quickly. Let's do another medevac right now. Second glorified scout.
Command center.
All the right side mineral lines. What are we gonna see? Okay, keep making units.
Additional mineral.
Get weapon upgrades for the armory. Get weapon upgrades and armor upgrades for the engineering base. Main base needs to be fixed. Or main base and natural need to be fixed. Grab some SCVs off. This base is good. This base is now good. 1 over. Send it down here. Add this into group 5. Group 5 all rally to the new base. How many SCVs do we still need? We need 7 more. So you can literally do like even this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now you're done. Go back to making 4. Make all your marines. Make all your medevacs. And now we're maxed out. And look, there's a base. Let's drop the mineral line. Now, let's get my army ready to go here. All my units are spawning right now. So let's go ahead and grab my army and let's attack the furthest exposed base. We have the choice of that one on the left, top left, or the one in middle right-ish. Let's just go for middle right. So let's A-move my army to the front of his base. While we do this, are we going to stare at it and do nothing? No. We're going to make more production. Because look at our money. We want to remax fast. So factory, starport, racks, 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 racks. Hold shift, click the mineral line. Go to a different mineral line. Racks, 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 racks. Good shit. Now we have a bunch of stuff. Oh my god, mutas. Fucking shit my pants, dude. Guess what? When they have air units, what do we start doing?
Are under attack.
Rally to a base that is not currently dying. Make Thors now as addition to this. And we can start making turrets. And while we're doing this, take my army on the minimap, A-move his base. Don't just waste time with it. Make a couple turrets per base now. Turret, turret, turret. Turret, turret, turret. Turret. Make SCVs. Turret, turret, turret. Let's fix our base over here. It died.
Upgrade.
Let's build some buildings again. Build a building. Build a building. How much production? Let's grab all our production we just made. Grab it all. How much do we have? We got 20. That's good enough. 20 is good enough. We actually overmade earlier, so we're still fine. Turret, turret, turret. Take my army. Attack the next base. Stim pack. Fix my economy again. Yeah, good.
Upgrade complete.
Good. Or, I mean, not good. We'll fix that in a second. This base is good. This base is oversaturated. Not good. This base is fine. Let's send them all to back to this base. Let's take 3-3. Let's get weapon upgrades. And we can go back to making SCVs again, back up to 85. Meanwhile, we can add in another tech lab into the factory because we want to make more Thors now. We can add a reactor to the starport so we can make more medevacs. And then we can add in, like, again, 4 tech labs to the racks. And then mass reactors for the rest of our racks we just made. And now we're super solid with 20 production facilities being able to make Marine Marauder, Thor, medevac. And then, you know, SCV count keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And then what's going to happen once this base is fully saturated? Take another SCV. Take another base. Because he's going mutas now, every base gets 3 turrets. Shift click the mineral line. Etc, etc, etc. So what we just did there, again, is a macro focus. The guy surprised us with mutas. We did not freak out and start, like, because again, if my army was defensive and it was standing right there, I would have definitely attacked his mutas with my army. But because my army was already across the map and mutas now show up at my base, if I just tell my units to come home and defend that, chances are they're going to get home by the time I've already lost 2 bases, maybe 3 bases worth of economy. Like, if the mutas bounce around and kill my SCVs, I'm going to take a fuckload of damage. So if I just attack him, we both fuck each other over, and I just keep macroing, so anything that dies aggressively or defensively, because my SCVs are dying too, I rebuild, rebuild, rebuild. And I don't have enough command centers to remake like 30 SCVs at once if 30 SCVs die. I can only make like 5 at a time. So if like 30 SCVs die, and I make 5, and I have 5 more in queue, I can make 25 army supply of Marine and like Thor. And suddenly when 2 Thors pop out, and like 13 Marines as well, which is 25 supply, because the Thor is 6, a Marine is 1. 2 Thors at 6 is 12. 13 Marines at 1 supply each is 13. 13 plus 12 is 25. So if I have all my Marine Marauder pop out as my SCVs die, that's not even including any army units aggressively that might be dying. If I just go rally to the base that is the nearest base to where the mutas are, but not the base that's currently dying. So if his mutas are here and I go, hey, rally here, all my barracks and Thors. Suddenly, if he kills this base and then comes to this base next, and my turrets are done, my Thors are out, my Marines are out, suddenly that mutaflock is nowhere near as scary as it was before. And then once we clear it out, immediately go right back into fixing the new base that just died. Take another base, fix that base, or make another one again, set it up. And then if he doesn't have the foresight to have some type of defense while this is happening, he just gets steamrolled as well at his base. So again, if we go back to the point before the fight happened, like let's go back to the point in the very beginning of the game too. With the Ling attack was actually an important part about this game. It set the Zerg in a negative position. So supply right now and worker count right now, very even, right? Super even supply and worker count. But now the Zerg player is making mass Zerglings. Suddenly now we have worker lead. All that means is that we're going to grow in supply faster than Zerg now from this point because we have more economy than he does. Does this mean the Zerg is all in? Definitely not. It doesn't have to mean he's all in or anything like that. It's just, it is an investment. This is 22 Lings. That's not free. And what do they accomplish, right? What do these Lings get done? They run in the base. Tank on the high ground is amazing. And these Marines are aggroed, so they go chase the Lings. They end up killing all the Lings. And now all said and done, that attack killed one SCV and a couple of Marines. It killed like a few Marines. Like definitely like 7 Marines died and an SCV died or something. And it's okay because we're still totally fine. The majority of my SCVs haven't even been disrupted. They're still mining minerals like bosses. And you know, now again, economy-wise, he is going back into making drones behind this, or he was. He actually has caught up a bit in SCVs to drones. But supply, we now are ahead by 8 supply. And it's because, again, every single second that goes by in the game where you mine more than your opponent, you will start growing over their overall total value of what you have, which is partially your supply. It's also partially your buildings. But more economy means more shit, realistically. So now we're growing. We're going to fast forward really fast now. Our Zerg opponent is fully saturated almost on 2 bases. Or now he is now. And now he's starting a 3rd. And a 4th. He's double expanding. Meanwhile, we are just gradually expanding. Every time we fully saturate a base, we're expanding again and again and again and again. Now check out the supply here. But like right as the drop is starting. Tied on worker count still. That's actually good, by the way, for Terran to keep up with Zerg, because Zerg has the ability, if you're not killing drones and shit, which again we're going to talk about that later, but early in B2GM style, Zerg has the ability to scale workers the fastest because of the way the race operates. Protoss is very close second, and Terran is definitely 3rd. And Terran players don't feel like, oh, it's like, well, Terran sucks then. Terran has something called a mule, which is why, like, you don't have a sped up version of how to make workers like Chrono Boost and Inject. You actually have a slowed down version because you have to sacrifice worker building time to make an orbital command. But the difference is this mule is fucking powerful. This thing mines about, if I had to estimate it, this mule mines about the same capacity as a 1/3 of a mineral line. Like, roughly. It's like between 5 and 6 SCVs. It's insane. And it also mines over SCVs, so it stacks with your SCVs. Because it doesn't like wait its turn. It just literally it's like Big Brother miner, where an SCV is mining and a bigger SCV is like, hey, how you doing? Just mining over it. Like it's like that scene in a Ghost where they're doing pottery. It's like that. Like they're both doing it at the same time. Okay? I bet a lot of people who are younger are gonna be like, what the hell's Ghost? Anyways, great movie. Okay, so guys, we're macroing, right? We're fucking macroing. And look at that. We'll go back to the drop. And again, look, he showed us mutas too. And I had no fucking idea. Why did I have no idea? We're not worried about microing our army. It's too distracting right now for us. Let's just focus on good economy management and good upkeep of our base. And he actually showed us mutas when this drop happened. And how good did the drop actually do? What did it actually do? Let's actually watch it. So we're almost killing a hatchery. We end up not killing a hatchery, then he engages. Mutalisk dies. Second Mutalisk dies. Third Mutalisk dies. gonna tell you guys right now, if we kill 3 mutas at the sake of a Marine medevac drop, just 1 drop of Marines, that's fucking insanely good for Terran. That is such a good thing for Terran. We just wasted so much resources for Zerg there. That was 600 resources for Zerg, and 300 of that was gas. Because the muta is 100, 100. That's amazing. And the Zerg is going for a muta build right now, so he needs as many as possible. So that was really good. That was nice as hell for us. That was super effective. And again, did we even care about killing mutas? No, it was just a nice side effect. All we care about is we go, okay, if we want to attack the left side of the map soon, now we know his base is there. So now I'm not going to be like going straight to the natural that's more potentially more defended and deeper on creep, if there was creep. It's more about now I'm attacking this side of the base, which is going to give me the best chance for my army not to just get shit on and surrounded and flanked and killed and all that stuff. It increases our chances to take a good fight. That's why we do that. That's why we scout the sides and always hit the sides first. Okay, so now we progress forward faster again. And we're just expanding our economy. And now again, look at the supply, right? Economy-wise, we're crushing. We have 50 more supply than Zerg right now. This feels wonderful. Let's see what happens with the second drop. Again, this is a scout. What happens here? It shows up, and we drop the mineral line. And now what happens? We just killed a bunch of drones. Now mutas show up. And not only do we kill a bunch of drones, we also killed a muta. That was a great drop. Super good drop once again. I love it. And now we're maxed out versus Zerg at 125. We're really 190, but you get the point. Now Zerg literally flies right by me. I didn't even know this happened. I didn't even know this happened. Okay? Didn't even know. And now the Zerg shows up at our base, right? And now all we do is we re-rally all of our shit to our natural and start making static defense. So now we go switch ourselves into a... Because now we know it's muta. How do we know it's muta? Because he's attacking my base with it. And my camera is always rotating around my bases. Rotating around my bases. Oh god, there's mutas there. Which is an air unit. So what do we make against air units? We just add Thors. Add a Thor because it's air. That's it. Otherwise, the build's exactly the same every time. And look at, so we know what happened here. He killed the base and he turned around. He turned around so that we're fine again. Everything is all hunky-dory. We have more Marines popping out in our base that are now rallied to where my tanks are. Thors are being made. So if this muta attack actually went into my base deeper, there are currently, guys, right here, this is 19 mutas, right? You can see it right there. You can also count it. This is 19. This is 8, 16, 17, 18, 19. Each row is 8. This is only 3. So 8, 8, 3. That's where I'm getting that from. People, you can actually accurately count this if you get used to this row thing. There's always 8 in a row, and you just do the math. So you don't have to like actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Anyways, if this guy would have gone into my main base, so anyone out there who's like, well, if those mutas would have just kept going into your base, he might have won though. But would he win? Because here's the thing. Again, look how many production buildings we have. We currently have 7 more racks finishing up right now, and we already have 9, 8 of which are reactors, which means we're going to be pumping 17 Marines at a time. Because the reactor pumps 2, non-reactor pumps 1, so 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. So we're pumping 17 Marines at a time, and then we're pumping 1 Thor at a time as well for now. And it's about to get even crazier, because now it's about to add on even more reactors. Another factory and starport are also getting added on. So we can add on 2 Thors at a time now, and we can add this up now. This is going to be 4 of those are going to be tech labs, and 3 of those are going to be reactors. So the Marine count's going to get nuts. It's going to get really high really fast if we need to make Marines. And the point I'm trying to make here is just making 1 round of 17 Marines versus, and look at the upgrades too, 1-1 mutas versus soon to be 2-2, but currently 1-1 Marines. I honestly think if 17 Marines fought 19 mutas, 1-1 versus 1-1, I would probably kill like 5 mutas and then all my Marines would die. If no stimpack happened. If I stimpacked, maybe like 7 mutas would die. And then all my Marines would die. But think about it like that. Now, what happens if I make another 17 Marines? Because again, he can't kill my entire base in a second. These mutas take a while to kill a base. So if I now have 17 Marines pop out again, 20 seconds later, because that's how long the build time is, or it's 18 seconds, sorry. They, 18 seconds later, another 17 Marines spawn out. And now he's only got, instead of 19 mutas, he's got like, let's say 14 mutas or something like that. Or like 13. Suddenly now 17 Marines can actually kill a lot more mutas out of 13 mutas instead of 19. And then a third wave of Marine spawns, and it does it again and again and again. And now my Thor's out. And a Thor fucking owns mutas. Like, so rallies would easily handle this. No problem. Not even that scary. I might take a little bit of damage. But if we just replace the damage we take right away and don't wait because we're over microing our situation, we're good to go. Like, we're going to fix the losses very fast. Now let's watch and see what the A move army does by itself. Again, this is not being microed at all. Also, these Marines don't even have a combat shield. A little bit of an oversight there on our build. Zerg is waiting, right? He's like, all right, I'm grouping my army up. I'm waiting, I'm waiting. And we're just currently fixing our base right now. We're adding in turrets and shit. And now what do? Once we get a second to realize my army is kind of done and I haven't moved it yet, we just select all army on the minimap and we go, hey, army, go attack that base. Stim pack. I stim before I'm even at the base. I stim when I'm close to the base, but I'm not going to stim multiple times because, again, I'm not watching this fight. I just want to initiate some action with AI. Basically what I'm doing is I'm like tapping the AI on the shoulder, being like, hey, computer, go fucking kill stuff for me really fast. So I can just make more stuff because I need to make stuff because I have a lot of money that I can't spend because I'm maxed out. So go kill some shit for me. And now this is all computer. Zero vibe here. What does it do? It just dismantles the Zerg. And why does it do that? Why does it do that? Because Bio's fucking good. No, it did it because, again, compositions will come later. But if this, for instance, for Zerg players that are like, Vibe, why did he die? Zerglings suck ass in army, maxed out army versus maxed out army situations. The best thing this guy could have done for himself, number one, would have been to use AoE, stands for Area of Effect. That is units like a Lurker, like a Baneling, like an Ultralisk, units like that. The second best thing he could have done is use tankier units that could actually take the hits but also deal hits right back, which would be something like Roaches and Hydras or something like that. Something that could just like kill more. It would still take damage itself, but it will last longer before it dies. But here's what happens if you have Masslings. Look at what happens when the fight starts. Watch Zerg's unit lost. Just watch Zerg's unit lost and watch compared to Terran's unit lost. And watch how shitty Lings are if not microed. This is why I don't want people going Lings in Server League when I'm teaching Zerg. This is why I don't teach you how to go Lings. And this is why I also didn't teach you how to go Bio last time. But at least Bio's ranged. But here, like, again, you have to like actually micro Lings to make Lings good. So if you don't micro Lings, look at units lost. Watch how fast this shit goes up. It's insane how fast the Zerg one goes up compared to Terran. Lings need to be microed. Lings need surrounds. Lings need supporting units like Banes and shit. If you just A-move Lings into an army, that happens. And you're like, wow, that sucked. And it feels bad. So again, why did we win that game overall? If you didn't listen to a single word I said, how come I won that game? Macro, guys. More shit beats less shit. Macro. And that got us gold 3. And the promotions are fixed. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me in gold 3. Terran. Or rather, silver 1 now, 2 gold 3 Terran. So much love. Hopefully the bug subsides and now we get back to normal promotions as is. But thank you guys. I'll see you again in the next video. We're going to be adding on more technicality to our build now that we're going Gold League. We're adding on more scouting. So here's the big things for Gold League, guys. We're actually going to scout now. We're not just going to go scout the natural runaway. Is there a natural? Is there not a natural? Build a bunker or don't build a bunker. Then guess what? We're fucking gold now. We got big dicks. We're going to go into the main base and we're going to look at the base. We're going to start doing basic understanding of what the fuck a base means. We're not gonna do massive amounts of it. We're gonna do basic scouting of a base. And what are we looking for? What makes sense to look for things in a base? Again, as we get platinum and diamond and masters, we'll advance this. But this is the first league you've now gotten to the league where you can now scout a base. So we're gonna definitely talk a lot more about scouting. We're gonna settle down a bit on the micro, or sorry, the macro. We're still gonna talk a lot about macro because it's very important. Our macro is gonna speed up again. We're gonna make our pacing faster now to maxing out, and we're gonna speed the pace up a little bit more about how we macro. But we're not gonna I'm not gonna be sitting here all game being like 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. What are we doing? Making barracks because we have money. 4-5. We'll talk about it sometimes, but it's not going to be the main focus anymore. And yeah, it's pretty much mostly it. And we're also going to use the factory a bit more actively now, more often than not. Still no micro though, guys. Barely any micro. Okay, if you think that Gold League is the league where we start learning how to micro, I'm sorry, you're sorely mistaken. Sit your ass back in the macro chair because that is still the focus. It's just we're going to add on a little bit of scouting to our macro to help us actually understand what the fuck units we should be building. This is going to be also the good way to say this now is Gold League is the first league where we're going to start paying attention to composition just a little bit rather than just saying, oh, he's got air units. Now we actually pay a little bit of attention to a composition. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, much love. Take it easy and good luck.